Alrighty. What's up, folks? Let's get right into it. We're back with Pokemans number 28, Omega Shine, $100 prize pool. My name's Jade Ankist. You guys know the routine by now, right? Welcome on in. It's Sunday. We're here for some Top Cut. Excited for today. I'm not sure what we're gonna see. It might be kind of a wild one. It's going to be a top 128, starting with top 128 here. So let's see who we can maybe take a look at. I'm looking at everybody. A lot of people getting first round buys. A lot of people, in fact. We might even shop right at top 64. Or start at top 64. I'll bring you over with me, I guess. Let's take a look at the screen. Take a look at the screen together here. So here are the pairings, right? A lot of people are getting first round buys. I think there's like 2 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 5 matches that have to be played in top 128. And that's just the way these things work, right? When we do like the 15-point top cut or 5 and 7 top cut, sometimes that gets over top 64. So then it opens it up to top 128. But if there's not 128 people there, then it kind of gives people the first round buys. That's how that works generally. And it's all dependent on how well you did, if you get a buy or not. The higher ranking players are priority on the buys. Let's get a game going. Who are we watching? Who do we want to watch first round? A lot of names here. A lot of good names. A lot of big names. Do we go with iluchien? It's his birthday. Let's go with iluchien. I think that's a good birthday gift, right? Maybe. All right, let's do it. We'll pop him up. Let's get locked in here. Oh, he is, speaking of locking in, he is locked in on Guitar Hero. We'll give him just a segundo. Look at our guy. Look at him rock. He's rocking out. All right, let's get locked in here. We'll get the match set up while he gets his game finished and all set up himself. I think iluchien playing Mega Manetric, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. Give me a sec, I'll get the deck list on the screen here for both players. Going up against LaNora. Seen the name before. Let's do this. Again, we have some time here to get this all set up. He is still finishing up his song in Guitar Hero. He's in the solo, 27% through it. Oh, he's playing Dragon Force. All right, well, I mean, this is serious. Iluchien and LaNora. Set up, ready to go. I think he's typing right now, so hopefully shouldn't be too much longer. Guys, in the meantime, let's do a little promo. My name's Jay Dankis. Welcome on in. This is Pocket Mads number 28, Top Cut. Got a $100 prize pool. My name, again, Jay Dankis. I'm rocking it solo today. Unfortunately, I couldn't lock down a caster to join me. But that's all right. We're hopefully gonna have a special guest next weekend, and I'm sure you guys would all be stoked if the special guest that I want is able to attend. Still working on it. I'll let you guys know. Well, I'm sure you guys will find out throughout the week, either on my streams or when you show up next Saturday, right? Reminder, next Saturday, gonna be the big invitational tournament. It's gonna be a top 256. 256 players invited to this tournament. It's basically gonna be everybody from the last season, or this last set, where they have, if they performed well enough in Pocket Mads, basically they'll get invited to this invitational only tournament. So it's going to be the best of the best, essentially. It'll be a super fun tournament. We won't have our regularly broadcasted tournament. It's going to be this invitational tournament instead. But essentially things are going to play out the same, right? It'll be like you're showing up for Pocket Mads. If you're here to just watch, you're fine. If you're playing, again, it's invitational only, so you do have to make the invite. All right, iluchien looking like he is set up, ready to go here. Let's make sure everything else is looking good too, right? Do we have up and running here? I hope we do. People are saying Charizard's gonna win. I hope so. I would love to see Charizard win. All right, here we go. We got iluchien. It's our top 64 match, actually. Top 64 between LaNora and iluchien. iluchien playing Mega Manetric. LaNora playing Suicune Baxcalibur. All right, kind of a rough start here for iluchien. Let's see what he does. Do you drop the training area? I think you do. You need that extra card draw, right? The opponent, well, see, the problem though is the opponent does run a stadium, and maybe you want to keep your stadium to bump theirs out of the way. I get this play. All right, well, we do find a couple Zero Auras. We're going first, so there's no lost energy here. This isn't bad. Opponent also has Chen Pao in the active, so that's not great either. All right. All right, back to iluchien's turn here. I think he's thinking, right? Any of those cards weren't bad, or at least the supporters. Sabrina might even have been good. There we go. That's what he's looking for. That's our guy. He's not going to drop the Electric just yet, though. There's really no point. Maybe there is, though. The opponent does run a copycat. Let's see if this Maybe bites him in the butt here. Starting Plains does go out, but we did see iluchien does have that other stadium. There's the copycat. So again, I think maybe I would have put that card down just to limit the copycat potential. You guys make sure you go over to iluchien's Twitch page or YouTube page even. Either one. Make sure you go over to his stream and wish him a happy birthday after this match ends. You can do it during the match too, but come right back over if you do. Going right in for a second attack. No Electrike down on the field yet. Again, this kind of makes sense to me though, just because we don't want... Two reasons, right? We don't want to power up Suicune unnecessarily, and we don't want to give him a snipe target, essentially. Although, Chien-Pao not really even close to being set up. See how they're gonna do this. If we see a candy this turn, iluchien could be in trouble. No candy, we might be alright. They did just use their copycat and didn't find it, so that's kind of good for iluchien. Alright, Suicune now in KO range. I think he's actually looking pretty good here, right? Looking pretty good. PCL going out. Or, I'm sorry, PCL. Professor. PCL. That ain't no PCL. Alright, there's our second Electrike. At this point, I think you have to put him down, right? Or is this a bluff? Does the opponent have two rare candies hidden up their sleeve? I think iluchien thinking, do I... Maybe, I don't know. I think honestly you should have put him in like 2 turns ago just so you could evolve him and have him sit at 180 HP. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't play this deck enough. I don't know... Like, I know it's super popular, but I do not like this deck. Not a big fan of Mega Man. I mean, I don't hate watching it or anything. I don't like playing it myself. You guys know me. I'm more of a Zard main. Or, actually, my real favorite this season has been Meowth, Mega Altaria, Greninja. That is a deck and a half right there, I tell you what.
And I tell you what. Now that deck can kick some ass. I tell you what.
Going in with the mini fridge. Here is an evolution. Looks like it might only be one, though. Maybe, maybe not. Professor coming out. If they manage to hit that second evolution, things would not be great. Okay, the Cape and the Plains both down. Suicune now sitting at 180 HP. Also going to be able to attack this turn, do 100 damage, right? Which is perfect for iluchien here. Going to leave that Zeraora at 10 health. Kind of perfect, right? I guess if he bumps his own stadium now, or the opponent's stadium, he's going to KO his own Zeraora. There it is. And speak of the devil. But I think you do this, because then you win the game immediately, right? Retreat, Mega Man, Training Day, going down. I think he wins without it even, right? I think he was going to hit for 140. But game 1, going to Big Luch. Opponent there, not... Boy, wasn't able to find their Baxcalibur at all that game. Found him very late. Basically, the turn before they lost, right? It was their last turn, they found Baxcalibur. Another decent start here for Iluchien. I think I'm starting the game just like this. I don't know. Do you drop your card? They do run a copycat, but this isn't like a deck that... I feel like they're not going to play copycat turn 1. I say that, here comes copycat turn 1. They have Frigibacks in the active. Might be good for Iluchien. All right, here we go. Big hand from Iluchien here. We're going to have both our Zero Auras and an Electrike. I think we're going to probably do what we did last game, though, right? Maybe not drop the Electrike till we absolutely need to. Going to be able to E-Gen. Maybe you drop the E-Gen now and go big. Or not. Or not. Ouch. I feel like I never hit the E-Generators either. That's a card I never hit. That's a one-of in the deck as well, the E-Generator. I don't know how necessary it is. I mean, maybe it's good for those, like, early game rush strats. But I think against this deck, like how this current setup is, I think missing that E-Generator isn't going to matter, right? Like, we saw last game, he had ample energy. He was fine. Again, I think it's only really, really useful for those, like, super aggro plays where you, like, went turn 1, had Zero Aura have energy on it, and now turn 2, you can E-Gen, evolve into Manectric, retreat, and bring them in, and then hit for 80 damage. All right, well, the difference between this game and last game is we now have Chen Pao ready to go, which does mean Electrike is never going to have a chance. This is almost why, again, I feel like maybe he should have played the Electrike first. Turn 1, right off rip, just so he could evolve it and get it sitting as a Mega Manectric. Maybe I'm wrong with that play. The opponent does run a Cyrus, but, like, I don't know what you do now. Now, like, what's the play now? Other than maybe we look at game 3. Single back Excalibur is doable, I feel like, but the double backs with Chen Pao down, it's going to be 130s flying off constantly. And again, we don't have Electrike down, so we'll never be able to evolve him from the bench. Reminder for those of you guys watching at home, we do run these tournaments on a delay. I know the hand is showing, but again, we run it on a delay to try and minimize any sort of foul play. Normally in these tournaments, though, that's not something we normally have to worry about, right? Everybody's good here. You guys all better be on your best behavior. Tough spot to be in. I suppose it's not totally a lost cause yet. No, I think it is. Say maybe he could Sabrina his way out of this, but I don't think we could do that even. Going in with Chen Pausker. Okay, wait a sec. Hold on. Actually, this doesn't matter, right? Iluchien doesn't run any sort of poncho in this deck either. I almost wonder, is it better to just drop that E-generator that never hits and put in like, oh, he does run a poncho. I'm out of my mind. He does run a poncho. I missed it. I don't know how I missed that. I was staring. I like literally was analyzing his deck list, looking for that poncho, and there it is the whole time. All right, so we desperately need to top deck a poncho right here. Come on, poncho time, baby. Top deck on the poncho. Hold on. So you throw everything down. Training area down, Electrike down. Copycat it up. We need to hit this poncho here. Come on. Punch. Punch. I think that's game. Very, very, very unfortunate. Again, the reason I'm doubting the poncho is we haven't seen it yet in any of the games so far. Is it in the deck? Does it exist? Is it real? Training area gone. Maybe he should have dropped both his Electrikes there. Maybe not, I guess. Because that we're still looking for that poncho. I don't know. Tough call. I think it's actually game over no matter what, right? Because now he just snipes the Zero Aura and that's game. All right. Moving into game number 2. I'm sorry, game number 3. All right, gameplay back on the screen here in just a moment. Again, that second game there where LaNora was able to find both their Baxcaliburs on turn 2 was not necessarily good for Iluchien there. Very hard to climb out of that hole once Chen Pao just starts ripping. Alrighty, here we go. Game number 3 between LaNora and Iluchien in our top 64. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure to hit that like button on the stream. Definitely helps push the stream in the algorithm. If you guys aren't followed up over on the Twitch side of things yet, definitely go do that. We are dual streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Make sure to drop a sub on YouTube, drop a follow over on Twitch, hit that like button, and enjoy the games today. Alright, so we're starting Electrike in the active. Opponent going first, so we will have energy advantage. They just hit that huge copycat here, or excuse me, we're about to hit that huge copycat. Opponent just ends their turn. Oh, this is looking real good for Luch. We're looking real good, folks. He's starting strong this game. Alright, this copycat gonna hit for 6 cards. Folks, everybody at home, if you don't know, now you know. Iluchien is definitely a player that likes to utilize, especially in tournament play, he likes to utilize the clock. Analyze your plays, think it through. You know, just get your bearings. I've seen a lot of people lose out, make misplays, end their tournament run because they play too fast, because they made a misplay, because they didn't see the play. He's even thinking, do I hold the copycat? Oh. I don't know why we did that, but we did that. Maybe he didn't want to give them a giant copycat. That's my thought. All right, Professor comes out. If iluchien can find the training area, I think he's actually got a K. Oh, no way. This is game over. It's already game over. Ugh. Dang. All right. Well, a lot different than it was last game. Super aggressive. Mega Man in the active. Going crazy. He's now going to hit for 110 damage. With type advantage, that's 130. Let's see, does the opponent have a heal? A PCL saves him. Or starting planes. No other Pokemon is crazy. 20 damage. Oh no, it's over. Over. I've never, oh my, and the PCL. I would have hit the PCL personally, but. Oh, it's over. What am I talking about? Do your damage. Do your math. Type advantage wins. Wow. Super dominant. Third game there. Volvo's right. iluchien can win with just one Zera. That's all it takes. All right, big shout out to iluchien there. He's moving on to top 32. Also, again, make sure to go say happy birthday to him. All right, let's see what we can find for another game. Ooh, it's already in progress, but we've got to do it. We got to do it. Big Z, where are you at? Zilla, Manila. Where is it? There he is. All right, let me get the deck list loaded up here. Zilla versus Mahorn. Mahorn. I think Zilla currently up a game. Zilla versus Mahorn. This is another top 32 game. Again, this one was kind of already in progress here. Zilla up a game currently. Zilla obviously running Charizard up against Mahorn, who's playing Sleep Igglybuff with the Darkrai EX and Mega Absol. Okay, we are asleep, which is not ideal. Never mind, PCL exists. PCL is a thing. Almost wondered if they should have maybe... No, I guess this is probably the better play. Evolve one of your bench. And let her rip. It's unfortunate the starting planes was down. Without the planes, he probably could have actually just attacked with Charmeleon. Maybe not, I guess. He has 80 HP. Okay, there's Zard X. Which is good. Absol pretty much loses to Zard X like 9 out of 10 times. 9 out of 10 Dentist would not recommend going up against a Zard as an Absol player. Waiting on the opponent here. All right, back to the action here. Unfortunately, we are still asleep. We're sleeping. Gonna put Y back. Looks like they're gonna possibly focus on going just for X Games mode. Dropping everything. I think me personally, I'm gonna put the Okay. I was gonna say, I'm gonna put the Charmeleon down on the other Charmander attached to that Charmander and maybe have a Zard X play ready to go the following turn. I think opponent still has 2 Flame Patches. Okay, we did wake up, but on the wrong turn, right? We did that going into our opponent's turn, so they're going to put us right back to sleep. They're going to be able to do 50 damage here, too. If they had Darkrai EX on the board, they would have been able to KO. Actually, I guess not really, because you have to have the double Junior Darkrai to do that as well. If we are able to wake up here, I think that's pretty much game over. I mean, it's still going to be an uphill battle for the sleep deck. Zilla just saving all his coin flips for when it matters here. Winzard's on the table. All right, Professor going out. There's a Flame Patch. Okay, I like the helmet placement. Absol sitting at 190 HP, so if you're planning on going with Zard X, Zard X has a max output of 180, right? So you have to kind of plan around that. Another thing I'm not really, like, thrilled with here is the fact that once this Entei goes down, we have a Charmander with damage on it. That's why I was saying you probably should have built up the other Charmander into Zard X, so you don't get Cyrus to get Virus this turn. In fact, I think that's possibly game over. Going to game 3, folks. I think they forgot they had to still select a supporter there. All right, Sabrina goes. They win game number 2. We're going to game 3. While we're waiting on game 3 to start up here, guys, don't forget to hit that like button over on YouTube. Also, if you're not subbed up to Pocket Mad's YouTube channel, make sure you do that. Hit that notification bell as well. He does drop all sorts of good meta level content all week long. He never misses a day, basically, so make sure you got your notification bells on. Check those videos out. Tomorrow's Meta Monday. He's going to break down all this information tomorrow as far as, like, the meta stats from this tournament. So again, make sure you're there for that. We are also dual streaming over on Twitch. So guys, make sure you go drop a follow on the Twitch side of things. And here we go. Game number 3 between Mahorn and Zilla. Not a great start already for Zilla. That is not what you want to see. At least we wake up, but is it too little, too late? One thing we could do here too is Sabrina. Just stall. They do run double leaf, so maybe not. Maybe that's not a good game plan. We're gonna hit Professor first, see what we get. Another Pokeball at least. Gonna retreat back into Entei. Helmet going on. Will the helmet matter? Let's find out. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm here, but I just need Cameron for 2 seconds. All right. We are asleep. Let's see if we hit the coin flip here. Holy moly. Zard losing to sleep scam. I guess we could PCL, but you might want to PCL that already half KO'd Charmander, Charmeleon on the bench. Opting for the PCL now. Maybe this does make sense. They don't have Mega Absol this time. Instead, it's Darkrai. Darkrai takes 3 energy to attack, which they do not have set up. All right. Not bad. Slowly building our way up there. We could Charmeleon this turn. But do they hit for 120? I don't think that's the move. Ay, 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 ay. Wait, maybe this is the move. No, it isn't. Because they needed to survive. And then the next turn they could have just Sabrina and won the game. I mean, it's still not over, right? All they need now is 1 Charizard and they win. I think. There it is! I think they needed X, though. They've got 2 flame patches, but no attached energy. All right. Big D in the active. I'm wondering, are they debating? I guess we have May, too, so we could technically... tough call. Do you go for Y or do you go for X? I think you go for Y, right? Why not? Hopefully they put in the half-dead one. Please put in the hurt one. Uh-oh. There we go. Alright, so we got 2 flame patches. Cyrus in hand. But they could also just retreat and go for Sleep Scam, is the thing. So do you go May? Maybe you go May. Nah, I like this play too. Opponent doesn't run a Sabrina, so that other Charmeleon is safe. They attach double Flame Patch and just take the hit. I think Zard has this. You double Flame Patch, take the hit here, no matter what they hit you with, unless it's a sleep, you should be okay. Here comes that sleep. Let's see what happens. Coming down to a coin flip. There it is! The Zard player was saving up all of their coin flips for this moment. And it paid off. Big Zard, moving on. That got a little hairy. Not gonna lie, that got a little... Do we stay here? It's Zilla versus iluchien. I almost want to stay here. I mean, we might have to stay here. We'll stay here, and then, but I think I'm gonna switch it up. I think we'll go with iluchien's POV. Again, it's his birthday, right? Let's spoil the man. And let's see if he can beat a Zard deck. This might be tough for him next. Let's see what we can do. I'll get it set up here. It'll be just a moment. This will be our top 32 match. What do you guys think? Should we start doing some predictions? Should we start doing some Twitch gambling? I think this is a good round to Twitch gamble on. Sorry, I'm back on camera too. I had some friends over here, and I think I mentioned it yesterday. I'm babysitting dogs. Anyways, they were here and they were just leaving. That's why I was off cam for a sec. Let's get this set up. Let's do this. Boom, bop, boom, bam. I told him I'd pop back in later, but I didn't think it would be the literally following round. This is going to be too good to pass up, right? iluchien versus Zilla. Zilla's the top-seeded player. He's also playing Zard. Plus, it's iluchien. This is just going to be a good match. This will be a good match regardless. I think iluchien running to the bathroom real quickly. So while he does that, let's just take a quick glance at the standings and pairings. Standings on day 2 get a little goofy, right? We are essentially... the standings matter, but at the same time they don't, right? Up until the end. Because you can get knocked out completely. Like iluchien sitting in 20th place. I think this is kind of a better picture, right? The bracket. So this is the line we've been following. iluchien started from down here. Boom, we're meeting in top 32. Moving on down here, we've got TCG versus FittyPalis. Mega Absol Darkrai versus Manectric Zera. Another Zard up against Dark Tina. Interesting. Below that, we've got Mims versus Eternal. Eternal TCG was the player that beat me in iluchien's last streamer showdown. It was an invite-only streamer tournament. Eternal TCG took first. I got second. We've got Mega Kang still in the mix. Okay. You like to see that. Handful of Mega Absol Hydreigon. Not as many as you would think, though. That's the biggest meta share is Hydreigon Mega Absol. Let me see. I don't want to miss iluchien. Is he back? Not back. Moving on down the list here. Doug's playing Greninja Mega Absol. 09. Bunch of people this weekend, guys. Bunch of people. Oh no, we missed Momo. Alright, up against MS Penguino, which is nuts! MS Penguino... Okay, Mega Scizor was at like a 30% win rate, but it doesn't matter. MS Penguino taking it to the top again. MS has been like maining Scizor since this whole last set, it feels like. I've seen them in Top Cut every single weekend. In fact, they were like top 4 2 weekends ago, I think it was. 2-3 weekends ago. All right, let's see. Are we back yet? Yes, we are. Let's lock in, folks. All right, should be any moment now they get started. All right, we're searching. Quick shout out to Neji for Real Instrumentals for providing the beats that we hear every single weekend. I know a lot of you guys are like, dang, this playlist rocks. I agree. I built it mostly with Neji for Real Instrumental beats. Big shout out to Neji. But, all right, let's lock in, guys. Top 32 between Zilla and iluchien. Zilla playing Zard. iluchien playing Mega Man. Electric. I like to call it Mega Man Z. Not the best looking start here for iluchien. Damn. Well, gosh dang, that ain't looking too hot. We at least drew into another copycat. We're going up against Entei. Entei is known for drawing cards, so maybe we make a play out of this. Chat catching up to this. I'm reading some messages. Tachi saying, really rough matchup for Iluchien without the Oricorio. Feels like an auto loss unless Zard Omega bricks. That could be true. And Iluchien not, I mean, he's not. His first turn wasn't so hot. He missed the E-Generator coin flip. We're gonna hit a 5-card copycat at least. Let's see what we can do here. It's not over. We might be able to turn this around. He went first too, so he's at an energy disadvantage. Training area is here, but doesn't matter. No. Again, another bad copycat. He's not getting any cards, no evolutions, nothing that can really help him in the moment. I think best case scenario might be to retreat. Yeah. Not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Turn 4 and Iluchien doesn't have any energy on the board. That's, again, just a rough start. Opponent already has their Charmeleon Entei combo set up. Well, we did some helmet damage, but boy, not great. The Sabrina too, right? So he Sabrinaed right into the Mantike. We're already at 3 energy, which means we're hitting for 120 the following turn. Sabrina might be the play. I agree with this. Holy moly, this is going to be such an uphill battle. He, again, can't even attack here, has no energy on the Zera, so he's stuck here in the active. But on the opposite end, Charmeleon also stuck in the active. Gonna take 2 energy to retreat. They have no energy in the discard pile either, so they can't use Flame Patch at this time. At this point, I don't see a way out. I really don't. I'm down to Professor. I don't even know what we could do here. Maybe draw into a Mega, or excuse me, an Electrike. We hit something. Okay, it's our other Electrike. Again, I think this is really the only thing we could possibly even do here. Tough. Tough go of things. Commander's down. I'm trying to even think of the numbers here. Like, how do you get to the point of being able to KO Charizard? Manectric only has 180. Triple check that, right? Only 180, I believe. What am I brain farting on? Yeah, 180. Wasn't sure if it was 180 or 190. It wishes it was Mega Alt. Again, just a very unfortunate matchup. I don't think Iluchien has 2 Cyrus, so, like, he could Cyrus in Zard, but But then what? You know what I mean? Chad says, this is painful. I agree. It doesn't get better either. Wait till you see it 3 minutes into the future. It gets worse. I think for the sake of staying alive, you have to go Cyrus, Evo. I might not even Evo'd there. Maybe even just Cyrus and attack on Megazard. I don't know. This just sucks. There's no way around that. Zera. Scara with the Zera. There it is, the concede. Very unfortunate first round there for iluchien. Not a whole lot you could really do in that scenario. Alright, we'll give him just a sec here to get the next game loaded up. His best bet is to have a start not like that, right? He has to be way more aggressive early on. I think it was turn 4 and he had 0 energy on the field, which for this deck is crazy, right? Like, how do you have a Zera Aura, an electric generator, and have 0 energy on the field? Folks, this might be it. We might have to put our hands in the air for iluchien. Give him some of our energy. Life is on the line at this point. Here we go. Game number 2. Another mid start. Another very mid start. He did, I mean, he's won games with worse starts than this, so it's not over yet, but he really needed the Electrike that turn, though. Imagine he had Electrike that turn, E-Generator, hit the E-Generator. The following turn, we could Sabrina back into this Charmander/Charmeleon, hit it for 80 damage, get the KO, knock out the Charmeleon, preventing the Charizard, then set ourselves up to do 110 to the Entei and win it in 2 shots. That's what could have won it. Good news is we do have the Sabrina play still. Bad news is we have to top deck something. Have to. Come on. Tough call. Do you Sabrina? Do you Copycat? Sabrina for sure buys you a turn and puts some damage on the field. The problem is you're not setting up anything else. We did hit Manectric there. That's at least good. They do have Sabrina, and that would be game over. I don't want to see it. No Sabrina, please. Don't Sabrina. Rocky Helm. No Sabrina. Oh! Is it over? No. Does it look good? Also no. Oh, what a top deck, folks. It's not over. It's not over. We have a game. Hold on. Huge Copycat, turning it into 6. All right, here we go. Now we got some cards going. I'm almost curious, does he go in with Zera first? No, I would attach to Electric myself as well. Okay, next question. Do we attack Entei? Yes, we do. Why wouldn't we? Opponent does run a PCL. No PCL. We're sort of Gucci here, right? They wouldn't be able to attack back since the helmet damage would double KO. I guess they could attack, but it would be a double KO. All right, let's see. We need a Zard Brick right here. Again, hands in the air at this point. It's Y. That's not good. Y with 2 energy, no less. I think that's essentially game over. PCL also. Ay. Ay, ay, ay. We already used our Sabrina. Well. No choice but to go big. What are the chances they don't have one of their 2 flame patches in hand with 7 cards? Probably slim to none. Dang. This second game looked a little better at least, right? I mean, he really got messed up on that first game. That wasn't even fair. All right, here it is. 1 flame patch to win it. Even without the flame patch, I think he still wins it. But there it is. Well, gosh dang it.
Now, god dang it, Bobby.
Also, you know what? Oh, no, I did it. Okay, never mind. All right. Well, grats to Zilla. Also, grats to iluchien. Good run. Again, guys, go over to his Twitch page right now. Drop a follow. Wish him a happy birthday. Excellent run regardless. Super fun watching him every single time he plays. Dude's a great player. Just an unfortunate matchup with Zard. Like, Zard rolls, man. This is why Zard is the top dog, the big dog. All right, again, great run. Go wish him a happy birthday. Let's find ourselves another game to watch. Let's see who is still going. Give me a moment. I think we'll do Mims and Eternal TCG. Is what I'm thinking here. I think they're in a game. They're in game 1 right now, but it's all right. The matches are rolling. Mims and Eternal. What am I looking for? Mims. All right, here we go. Gameplay on the screen here. Size it just a bit. It's all right, my ding. Alrighty. Let me triple check again. I think this is game 1 still. Yep, it is. All right. So we've got Mims versus Eternal TCG. Alright guys, give me a sec. I'm just doing a little bit of background cleanup here. Oof. Alright, looks like that is game 1 here. Going to Eternal. Give me a sec, I'll have the gameplay back up once they're into their next game. Ooh, I know what we'll watch next. I know what we'll watch. In fact, we might even go there right now just because I think I'm going to save the Sleep and Hydra. Oh, no, we can't. It's already over. I missed it. I wanted to go to the Mega Scizor deck. Almost made it to top 16. That's crazy. All right. Well, it might be on up to Zard to carry the tournament win this weekend, guys. It might be up to Zard. Chat, what do you guys think? What do we want to watch next? Do we want to watch Zard or Hydreigon or Sleep Scam? Take your pick. Probably Zard, huh? You do Suicune back Excalibur too. You can take your pick. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Big raid from iluchien. Hello. Shout out to the birthday boy. I did it right. There we go. Welcome on in, folks. Again, my name's Jay Dankist. If you guys don't know who I am, I cast Pocket Mads tournaments every single weekend. Oops. Gotta get the gameplay on the screen, though. I cast gameplay every single weekend for Pocket Mads. We are in Top Cut right now. This is Pocket Mads number 28. So welcome on in. Guys, make sure to hit that follow button. I do also stream my own content as well, as far as like playing the game. We grind Master Ball, all that good stuff. So, again, make sure you're subbed up, followed up, all that good stuff. Sorry for the quality here in the gameplay. It did drop. This is unfortunately out of my control. We are watching. If you guys are brand new to this, we are watching players stream their games, mostly off their phones, or some lucky players get to stream off their PCs. This player streaming off their phone, it looks like. That's why we generally see the quality dip, is it's somebody streaming off of their phone. So, generally, it's outside of my control. I was looking to see if their opponent is streaming, and they are. I could swap over there if we want. In fact, I might do that. Yes, I'm going to do that. Stream just dropped. Unless that's it. Did it just end? No, the stream just crashed. All right, that's okay. No problem. Let me load up the other player here. So this is swapped POVs, right? Let me swap the POVs myself. One last shout out, guys, to iluchien. Happy birthday to iluchien. Hope you had a good weekend. Thank you so much for playing in the tournament. It's always a pleasure getting to watch iluchien. He joined me a couple weekends ago to cast Top Cut. It was a lot of fun. Dude's super knowledgeable about the game. If you ever want to learn how to play Pocket, iluchien's your dude. That's the dude to go to. Let me swap the scores and stuff around since we did move them. Sorry, I'm goofing things. Will there be time? Yes, there will be. Also, guys, for those of you that are new, we are running on a 5-minute delay. I do see your chat messages, but it's kind of hard to directly reply. Sometimes I reply just in chat, just because that way it bypasses the delay. All right, let's see. Once again, guys, Eternal TCG. So, speaking of iluchien, he hosted a streamer invite-only tournament a few weekends ago. Or, well, I guess it was maybe a month or two ago now at this point. Probably 2 months ago. But either way, he hosted a streamer invite-only tournament. And your boy, Big Danky, made it to second place. Well, to the finals. I made it to the finals up against Eternal TCG, the player we're watching right now play Hydreigon. Either way, I went up against them in the finals. I bricked pretty bad. I bricked it. They won. So Eternal TCG is the #1 streamer content creator right now. It's the way it is. All right, is that game 3? I think we're looking at game 3 here. Let me, we'll take the gameplay off the screen until they get loaded up into the next game. Let me double check that this is game 3. Should be. Alright, we got a game 3 scenario on our hands. I think that's... Oh, that's it. That was game 3. Mims takes it. Okay. Should we go back to Zilla? Zilla's on a streak right now, you guys. I almost want to watch that. People are saying Zard in chat. More Zard. All right, let's just stick with Zilla. Zilla's MVP of the weekend so far. Bro's sitting on a victory screen. Where's he at? Let me see. I think he's up a game currently. I don't think he's up 2 games. All right, top 16. Currently up 1 game. Once they are in the game, I'll have gameplay on the screen here. It'll be just a moment. I'm glad chat's kind of like me, too, where I'm like, nah, just follow the heater. At this point, the variety isn't very veritable, so maybe this is a better choice, right? We just follow a Zard player who's on a heater. Keep it somewhat unique and interesting. It's always a tough call, though, right? Do I just go with my bias, or do I try and, you know, equally show everybody? I try to show everybody as equal as much as possible. But, you know, there's certain scenarios where I hit the override button. All right. FittyPalis up against Zilla in our top 16. Zilla currently up 1 game. Deck lists are now loaded up. All right. Zilla. Sitting up against Zeraora. I mean, this is what Iluchien needed to have happen on his game. Was something like this. Unfortunately, bro could not get... I mean, he couldn't hit anything. It was just like the worst luck I've ever seen in a game. I don't know how they... How does this Zard player have 1 energy? What did I miss? Are they retreating? Must have had to retreat. Did find 1 Char Melon. Going for the shiny one. Okay. Attaching to Charmelon as well. I think that's a good play. I don't think I'm attacking here, right? I don't want to... I wouldn't attack and put the helmet on. That's what I'm doing. Yep.
Yep, and I tell you what. Whoa. Now, god dang it.
I'm trying to think who it would be.
Now, god dang it, Charmander. My Charizard runs on clean burning propane.
Ooh, good find here. Hear me out. What if he plays May right now and finds... Play your May, find Charizard X, and go X games. Go X games. That's the play I'm making right now. Is I'm playing May and I'm going Charizard mode. All right. All right. What do I know? All I know is it's going to suck to have to go through 2 Zera Auras as Zard Y. I don't think Zard Y is the play here. I think they goofed. Could have taken the KO with X on all these Zera Auras. I don't know about this one, folks. Use the May, Luke. Uh-oh. I guess this doesn't matter because Zard Y is coming out next. Z-A-R-D-Y, because I gotta. Zilla also used his one and only heal. I don't think he's gonna have enough health to get through Mega Man. Because again, you gotta think about it. He's gotta go through 2 Zeras. One's gonna hit him for 50 damage. That's 150 damage alone just from Zera Auras, so he'll be at 70 HP. Nope. That's a nope. Again, it's gotta be X. Play X. Don't play Y. Y is a mistake. Oh, come on. Please, please, please. It's right there. Just play it. Grab X. And then you can start building Y on the bench. That's what you do. That's how you play it. Play X in the active, Y on the bench. Come on. Please, please, please. Yes! Do it. Do it now. Love it. Drop the Entei too. You might as well. I'm playing May too. Why not? Get the cards out of your hand. Debating where to attach on that one. I think that's good. I think you're good here. Right? There's no way you're getting hit for 150, is there? Or is there? They're at 2 prize points. Maybe there is a way. Uh-oh. Should have saved that PCL. I think they hit for 140, but 150 with training. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look. Oh, no, they have it. No way. Oh, no way. Again, should have saved that PCL. Dang. All right, all right, all right. Game 3. Tough call on the PCL, too. I mean, it's a play I probably would have made, too. Just, like, get the card out of my hand. When's it ever going to be useful? Turns out it's useful on Charizard. All right. Not a bad start here for Zilla. Kind of have everything we need, so no point in copycatting. Second Pokeball would be huge. I like how Zilla took my idea. Do you guys remember me saying this a few weekends back where I was saying you should run one of the 3 energy Charmeleons, right? In case you run into Oricorio, because that does 50 damage as opposed to 40. The 40 literally leaves you 10 damage away from being able to KO it into with like a Charmander Charmeleon hit. So I'm glad to see somebody took my advice on that. It's basically the exact deck I run, but I run double May over Copycat. It's situational, I guess, and I'm kind of seeing that Copycat is almost better for finding the like your flame patches and stuff. So I don't know, give and take. However, double May is great for guaranteeing that early game Charmander, Charmeleon, Entei setup. So there's the benefit there. Back to the game. We're gonna drop our other Charmander here. I don't know if I'm doing that. I think I'm powering up the Melon. And Sabrina-ing is a great idea. Yes, I like the Sabrina play. They're probably going to give him... You know what? Maybe you should have Cyrus'd first, because they're going to give you the half KO'd one. Yeah, see? See how I call it? Although, saving your Cyrus probably not a bad idea either. Alright, this will be enough to take out Zilla. I think we're good, unless we get training area. And actually, even if we do get training area, go for it. Take the bait, right? We have Zard X in our hand. Potentially Zard Y, even. They're doing it. Oh, no, they're not. They're taking the free retreat. Okay, well, still great for Zard players. Zard can now... There's the double flame patch. Ooh. Ooh. So what you do is you play down your Charmander, Charmeleon, put your Entei up to 4 energy, hit for 120, get the KO on Zera. Oh man, the helmet's big too. There's Zard Y. Z-A-R-D-Y, because I gotta. No, oh wait, no, I do like that. Again, you gotta put your Charmeleon down. There it is. I like all of this. We could go Y mode next turn, too. Hit for 120. Oh, they're going Evolve right now. Why not? Why not? I like this play, too. Maybe even drop your Entei. I don't think it matters. I think Big Z's got it. Fitty has no prize points yet, so they're only going to hit for 80 damage. And we know that Zard Y coming out next turn. Well, Big Z moving on. Here we go. Say it with me, folks. Z-A-R-D-Y, because I gotta. That's our Zard. That's our stupid Charizard jingle. Is it a jingle? Motto? I don't know. I always come up with cringy sayings. It's part of the charm, right? Cyrus Gabirus. Zard Y. I got a bunch of them. All right, let's see. I think Zilla might have moved on so fast, he may not have an opponent yet. Let's take a look. I am a oh my lord. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this top 8? Holy moly, hold on. Okay, give me a sec. I also, folks, give me like 2 minutes here. We're gonna set up. I'm gonna bring in a special guest with us. I'm gonna bring in Nord to cast with me for top 8 and onwards. You guys might remember Nord. He's part of the Pocket Mats team. He casted with me maybe a month or 2 ago, I want to say. But we're gonna bring him in here for top 8 and beyond. Give me just a minute to get it all set up. Oh no, uh-oh. Oh no, maybe we're not casting. Oh no. Cooked. Shoot. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. Pausing on Nord. I lied. I just realized my earbuds that I use have been sitting out since last weekend. AKA they're fried. So I need a minute or 2 to get them charged. I think what we'll do is we'll watch this round. We'll bring Nord in for like the following round, if you catch my drift. All right. Here's the difference in decks. Let me get the name right. Hefe. Okay, I think we're ready. Let me tell them they can start. Okay, they're searching now. Just a sec. I'll have the gameplay on the screen here in just a moment. In the meantime, guys, welcome on in. If you guys want, if you guys want, not even if you want, you should do it. Heavily peer pressuring you to hit that sub button over on Maddie's YouTube channel. We are dual streaming this. We're on Maddie's YouTube and my Twitch. So if you guys haven't subbed up on YouTube, make sure to do that. Make sure to hit that like button on the stream. And then head on over to the Twitch page, hit that follow button. And, yeah, come hang out with us on live streams. We stream ranked, all sorts of good stuff. My name's Jay Dankist. I am casting for Maddie on the weekends. You guys know why. Maddie's usually busy on the weekends, so I take over. One of these weekends, though, we're going to try to get Maddie in here. I'll pressure him into it. It's just tough for him to make it, so that's why it's normally just me. He's in chat, though. Hey, shout out to Maddie. All right. Again, we were just waiting for the players to start up here. Should be just a moment. Let me make sure they're all good. I think Hefe... Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's do it! This is top 8 between Hefe and Zilla. It's a mirror match. Zard versus Zard. The best of the Zards. Zilla is on a roll right now. I think Zilla, let's take a look real quick at the standings. As of now, Zilla is 11-0. The only undefeated player so far. Okay, well, neither player having an ideal start, right? Hefe didn't get a Charmander down on his first turn, and Zilla opting to just attack with their Charmander, because that's really all they can do. Gonna have to do something this turn, though. We're gonna have to find something, or do something. Professor, this is such a gamble. It could be over right here. If Professor fails to hit something, it's over right here. I can't look. Oh, I can look. I can look. All right, we're good. You know what they could have done? Hear me out on this one. What if they... Oh, you couldn't have made... Never mind. You didn't have the... You can't Professor May. I was gonna say, what if they made into Charmeleon and just attack? But I'm losing my mind. You can't May and Professor. We are gonna burn a Flame Patch here to attack. Bring Entei down to 60 HP. So without a PCL... Oh, they don't... No, they do run one PCL, one Lily. Hefe runs no helmet. That's the difference here. Hefe runs no helmet, just heals. Zilla runs a helmet instead of the Lily. Uh-oh. Rut-row Reggie. Not in a great spot here. Maybe Sabrina time? Question mark? Alright, it's the other Charmander, which could be good. I think I'm throwing Sabrina right now. I think you have to throw Sabrina right now, because if you KO this Entei, you're getting a Charizard Flame Patch in the face. But if you Sabrina, they don't have any Flame Patches in the discard pile. That's what I'm doing. Come on, Zilla. Vavy, Vivey, Vivey, Zao. Vavy, Vivey, Vivey, Zao. I'm sending it to him mentally. You could May, but really there's like there's no play with the May. Whatever you draw into, there's really nothing to play other than like you could set down a second Entei, but you really don't need that this turn. Okay, we hit the Sabrina. We're gonna attack. And now Hefe kind of in the same spot that Zilla was in, other than the fact that theirs doesn't get KO'd. But he's got to attach an energy and retreat, and then what? I guess attack maybe on Entei? But either way, that should be enough time for... Maybe not. Maybe it's not enough time. Speaking of May, there's maybe. Wait, speaking of maybe, there's May. Strike that, reverse it. All right, Zard X on the field. Problem with that, though. Actually, there is no problem here. Charmeleon down. Attach energy. Zard Y next turn. You got it. You got this. Do not attack, though. If you attack, it's over. Attach to the Charmeleon. And... Okay, I like that play, too. Get that Entei out. And now attach. You attack with Entei. You'll bring this Zard X down below half health, which he'll hit for 180 and counter your Entei. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't you dare, don't you dare. Holy, Zilla is like giving me a heart attack here. All we've got to do here is end our turn, and then I think we actually win the game. Maybe. Need a Cyrus now. Okay, so they did go back in with Entei. Cyrus wins it, and they do have a Cyrus. Maybe it's not over. PCL. Okay, no, wait, it's not over. It's not over. You PCL, retreat, go into Zard Y. Yep. Okay, they still have this. They just have to play it right. The window is like small. Barely there. Almost non-existent. Okay, we hit the retreat. Do it. Do it now. Or you don't even have to retreat. You could just PCL and attack. Right? Is there any way they get you this turn? There isn't. PCL attack. Do it. Holy moly moly. Again, Zard X only going to be able to hit for 100 damage, and the Charmander can't jump into a Zard Y, nor do they have the energy. You're safe to attack, broski. Let's do it! Alright, again, I think Zilla going to be able to take game 1 here. And there it is. Just like I was saying, folks. All right, that's game 1. Let's get loaded up for game number 2. Great game. Very scary. I thought it was over for Zilla in the start there. Chat, too, was also saying, like, bro, you jinxed him. Sorry. Oopsies. Caster curse is real. All right, Zilla up a game. We're waiting on game 2 to start. I'll have the gameplay back up here in just a moment. In the meantime, guys, if you guys are just tuning in, you haven't yet hit that like button, make sure to do that. If you're not subbed up to Maddie's YouTube, make sure to do that as well. Make sure to hit that notification bell because he does drop videos all week long, including tomorrow, Meta Monday. He's going to break down all of this tournament information. So, guys, make sure you're there for that. Again, we are dual streaming, so we are on Twitch as well. If you guys want to head over to Twitch, drop a follow. I'd appreciate it. Definitely helps me out. Streaming on my Twitch, Maddie's YouTube. Again, big shout out to Maddie for putting these tournaments on every single weekend, as well as the crew, right? It's not just me, it's Maddie, the crew. There's a whole bunch of people behind the scenes putting these tournaments on. So big shout out to everybody involved, as well as the viewers, right? The viewers and the players casting their games. Thank you guys so much every weekend for showing up. Or for showing up every weekend. Give me a sec. Let me see if anything's going on here in the round. They did stop for a moment. I think they're good to search. We'll give them a sec. We'll give them a sec to get into game number 2. In the meantime, guys, reminder, next weekend is going to be a special weekend. We are doing the Pocket Mads Invitational. It's going to be like the Spring Invitational. We do these kind of seasonally. And by seasonally, I mean like within the seasons, right? So again, this will be like the Spring Season Invitational. It's going to consist of like the top 256 folks from the last season of Pocket Mads. We may include a few other special guests. I'm trying to get a hold of Seagun. We'll see what we can do, right? Fingers are crossed. If you guys have connections to S1 Gun or Seagun, tell them to get a hold of Jade Ankus. Tell them to join the Streamer Invite Tournament. We want to see him play. I wonder if he realizes he has a huge, like, global following. Not just in Japan, but it's like a global following. All right. Going into game number 2 here for our top 8, we've got Hefe versus Zilla, both playing Zard. A 1-card difference in the decks. Both players starting off with Charmander in the active. Hefe going first. It's not necessarily great when you go first, Charmander in the active, I feel like. On the opposite spectrum here, it could actually be game over. All right, folks, we may be looking at a game 3 real quick. Let's see what happens here. The play would be Retreat, Charmander, or excuse me, Charmeleon, Flame Patch, and it's game over. Oh, I don't want to see it like that. Not like that. Not like that. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, this is a strength to this deck, right? This is a strength to this deck. Also a weakness. I guess we're moving into game 3. That was fun. Always fun when you get to play the game, right? All right, we'll have it on the screen for game 3 here in just a moment. If anything, they just wanted to go to game 3, right? We're sending it to game 3. All right, here we go. Game number 3. Looking like a much better start here. Well, that's not a great, May. Bro, this might be the end. This might be the end. I am, Not a great start at all, but we'll see if we can turn it around. Maybe Hefe's having a bad go of things, too. He sure didn't last game. He had a great run last game. Uh-oh. Pokeball, that's probably your Charmander. It's not over. You just have to kind of focus on Charizard as opposed to Entei. Let's hope and pray that this is a Charmeleon. Or Charmander, excuse me, I'm sorry. Alright. Okay, we're back. We're back. Entei, or excuse me, yeah, drop the other Entei. That way you can't get Sabrina'd into something that hurts. Personally, I'm putting the energy on Charmander, but I guess it doesn't matter because next turn you're probably going to end up attaching to Entei. There's our second Flame Patch, which is absolutely massive. Somehow we're back, right? Somehow Zard survived. Second Charmander. Scary spot to be in here. Do you power up? I think you gotta power up your Charmeleon. Yeah, because if they hit their other Charmeleon, it's 120 damage coming down on Entei, and that's not gonna be good. Alright, what do we got? Copycat could be big here. Imagine next turn we play both Charizards, both Flame Patches, then Copycat. Big. Bigly. Healing up Entei. So leave him 10 HP outside of KO range here. With just Entei. It's actually kind of a good spot to be in, though, for Zilla. If we're being real, like, hold on. The momentum just shifted. I feel like. The helmet might actually make a difference here. We're gonna find out. At this point, first person to put their Zard in the active loses. Wait a minute, they win! Zilla wins! Attack for 120 here. Oh, big, come on, do this. You got this. He's got it, double Flame Patch in hand. Oh, yes, yes. One energy already on Zilla. Zard Y. Sorry, I'm not trying to get too biased here, but we've been following Zilla all day. He's MVP. Hefe, I mean, again, you're playing Zard, so obviously I'm rooting for you too, but Dad can only have one child. One favorite child, excuse me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding on that, obviously. That's a joke. Okay, well, even if they do attack with Zard Y, I think they're cooked. They'll cook it. Double Flame Patch in hand. I don't think Hefe has any... don't think. I know he doesn't have any hand disruption. If Zard becomes popular again because of this tournament, I would expect a rise in Mars. Mars's is. Because at this point, that's what shuts down Zilla, right? Is just one well-placed Mars. All right. Big Z taking the dub. We'll let it play out, though, right? He's going in with Zard Y. The double flame patch already in hand. We see it. There's 1. There's 2. And 3. Saving the gold crown for last. All right, there we go, folks. What a game. Wow. Some Zard on Zard action. On paper, you would think Hefe's deck actually might be better. Just having that extra healing over the helmet, especially in like this mirror match. I think I'd almost rather have the Lily than the helmet, but maybe not, because that helmet kind of won the game right there. So, tough call. Again, on paper, it looks like Lily. Watching it play out, helmet actually won the game. All right, well, let's see where we're at for pairing, standings, all that good stuff. Oh, yes. Zilla versus Doug Z for our first top 4. That'll be a good one. All right, give me a sec, guys. I'm just, again, doing some background work here. Making sure that we're going to hold here for top 4. So we got Zilla versus Doug Z. Dougie, this will be a good match. What's left? Okay, so we've got 1 top 4 ready. Kaiso's ready. Ted Lee. Oh, yes. We got to hurry and get into this match. Hold on. Where you at, Ted? All right, let me get gameplay up and running. Holy moly, this is a top 16 match still? Okay, hold on. No biggie. Top 16. One sec, guys. I'm getting the deck list loaded up here. It'll be just a sec. Gameplay should be on the screen here. Both players sitting 1 game each. All right, there we go. Deck list loaded up on the screen. Glance back over here and see exactly what's about to happen. If Desty finds the second backs, he might have a chance. Without it, this is going to be tough. Okay, here we go. Maybe not, though, because I guess he... Nope, never mind. There's enough healing. Gonna bring him back up to 130 HP. At this point, Suicune's doing 20 damage a turn. I don't know if Ted has played all of his heals or not. If you just tuned in, I do see a Popsicle in the discard pile, but I don't know if there's anything else. If there's a PCL or a second Popsicle. I think he needs like one heal. One heal can win this for him. Let's see if he finds it. Maybe there's enough gas in the tank here for Desty. It's gonna be real close on this one, folks. Like, real close. Chen Pao can still do 90 damage. And we only hit for 130. I'm sorry, 140. 140. Well, just barely 10 HP away. Desty taking it. Very close. All right. Great run regardless. That was it for, I think, all the Mega Steelix decks in the tournament. But we only had like 5 Mega Steelix enter this week. So, grats to Ted Lee for making it this far. We're going to go to Desty and Beusts? Beusts. I read it right. I can read. Give me a sec here. Let's see which POV we're going to watch. It looks like this is going to be a mirror match. Interesting. All right. Well, we've seen some interesting mirror honestly, our best match today was that mirror match between the two Charizards. Be it. Oops. Wait. Not them either.
Now, god dang it, Bobby. Whoa.
Alright, I guess we're watching Desty's POV. No biggie. I was hoping for the opponent so I didn't have to switch Desty's stuff around. That's just me being lazy. Don't worry about it. I got it. Don't worry about me. I got it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Question is, are these players running the exact same deck list or not? I think they are. Alright, you get this one. You get this one. Let me see. Looks like just a difference in placement, right? One Copycat, one PCL, one Cyrus. Yeah. Okay. Full-on mirror match. About to happen here. They are searching. Why did I clear those? I don't know why that turned off. All right, top 8. Let me get the names loaded. So Ted Lee, that Charizard player we just watched, he just said that this was his first ever tournament. Not bad at all, placing that high on your first ever tournament. Congrats to Ted Lee. I was telling him I hope we see him back in future tournaments. Next weekend, unfortunately, is going to be the Invite tournament. Which means we're going to be taking the top players from the last season, and by season I mean like the last winter season, essentially up till spring here. We're gonna take all those players who played in Pocket Mads, did well enough to make the cut. Basically, they're gonna be our invites for this tournament. And I'm excited. I don't know. Every time we do these invite tournaments, they're a lot of fun. So I can only expect this one will be the same. A lot of fun. And when we do these invites, it's the best of the best, right? Is what that means. It's the best of the best coming together for that tournament. It's like the Super Bowl of Pocket Mads. I'm gonna try to get Nord in after this game. I wanted to give my headphones a chance to charge. They're older headphones too, so I didn't want to like risk going only one game and then having them die in 15 minutes. It should be good right after this. That's been 20-30 minutes. All right, sorry guys, kind of locked in on the chat for a sec there. Folks, I'm doing good. We are locked in for top 8. This is Beusts versus Desty. Both players running the exact same deck here. It is a 100% mirror match. Desty looking pretty good here, though. Gonna take that first KO on Chen Pao. And be ready to go for his second Chen Pao. In fact, that's probably game. That's probably game. All right, there we go. Game 1. Sorry, guys. It's kind of a slow, boring game on this one. No offense. It's a little matchup, mirror match. They did get it. I shouldn't say boring, but you know what I mean. Definitely a little plain on this one, considering they're both the same deck. It's really whoever gets their Chen Pao set up first, right? Or knocked out first. Loading up the next game here now. Okay, kind of a reverse game here, right? Now we've got Chen Pao in the active, which isn't great. We do have 2 candies. If we can somehow find 2 backs, that would be nuts. All right. There's 1 backs. We needed 2. So do you... I wouldn't attack here. I would maybe retreat and just give up the other backs. This sucks. Not a good plan or play at all. Or scenario at all. Tough. Well, they didn't find the backs on Beusts' end, but again, I don't know if it's gonna matter here. This is kind of a not so great scenario to be in. The only good thing we could do here is find our Suicune. This is okay. Hold on. Things are shifting. The winds are shifting. What you could do here is the opponent does run. What do they run? Let me see. They do run a Cyrus, so I think your best play here is just get what you can out of your Chen Pao, aka hit one of these Baxcaliburs and knock it out. Just get a point on the board, and then you can go in with Suicune and try and knock out their Suicune. Or do we have enough HP here? No, I don't think we do. Do we? No. 80 damage, maybe, but if they find one more, it's over. And I mean, they're running a Suicune. Chances are they're going to find one more. Where are we going? Okay, they are. Oh, wait. Big, because now we stay alive. Big. Right? Now they have to find 2 basics.
Man, nigga, this shit heat.
Okay, wait a minute, did we goof? Or not? Maybe not. The energy seems off here. It's alright, moving stuff. That's gonna be their Chen. Wait, it's over next turn though, isn't it? Oh, no way, no way! Okay, well, it's still over next turn, though, isn't it? Because they're going to evolve the... I think Desty does have this regardless. They're going to evolve the... Maybe? Hold on, maybe Desty doesn't have this regardless. Desty's going to have to Cyrus. But we're going to have Suicune in the active, so we're going to start drawing cards. Okay, PCL. Don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think the numbers will be numbering around PCL. Energy going out on one of these backs. Same with the boat. Alright, so it's coming down to a Cyrus play. Can they hit the Cyrus? 6 cards left. Thank you for checking. Love it when players check their deck list for me. Or their card count. Okay, we didn't top deck with Suicune card draw. That means there's 5 cards left. 1 in 5 chance of getting this Cyrus. Come on, Cyrus. Oh! Well, if they have Cyrus, it's over. Oh, wait. Is he checking their pile or his? I didn't see where that was at. Hopefully that was their pile. Hey, there's our guy. They survive a turn here, at the very least. And I think he did check their pile then, so they don't have a Cyrus, a.k.a. I think Desty about to win this. Let's find out right now. I almost wonder if the play was to attack the Suicune in the active, as opposed to attacking the Baxcalibur. Tough call. Over next turn, either way. Desty being able to knock out that Baxcalibur early on, before it even became a Baxcalibur, was, I think, very, very vital this game. I think it won him the game. No other Cyrus here in Desty's deck. He's just got to run. And he runs, but doesn't have enough energy to attack. Couldn't get away. All right, there it is. Chen Pausker going down. And Desty taking the set. All right, Suicune Baxcalibur moves on. Obviously. Charizard #1 goes. Jake, can you give the Pokemon Charizard a shout out? Charizard's MVP this weekend so far. So yes, big shout out to Charizard. Question is, which Zard do you guys like better, X or Y? All right, let's see. Let me get these matches set up. Okay, got the other match holding. Let's hop into Zilla's POV here. And let me get the deck list loaded up. Oh, let me get Nord in here too. I'm sorry, this is top 4. I gotta get Nord in here. All right, I need just a sec. Let's get all this loaded. Load it up. Oh, wrong deck list. All right, we got Doug Z. Next time on Doug Z. Let me get Nord in here too. Hold on one sec. Headphones going. All right, hopefully these charged enough. Hey, here we go. We're good. We're rocking. Battery almost full. Let me get Nord here. Hold on one sec. I gotta switch over to my BRB screen real quick, just so I can make sure my sound's going. Hey, what's up, dude? Everything sound good? I think you can hear me. I can hear you. Maybe. Hold on. I think you have me mute. Oh. There we go. Now I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, great. Hi.
What's up? What's up? Welcome on in, guys. This is Nord. Nord, give me a sec here. I'm going to get your cam all fixed up here, or your image all fixed up here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do that. We can get started.
It's been quite a interesting run. I'm seeing that the top 4 has 4 different decks, which is quite nice.
It's always great to have some variety in the top 4. One thing that I like is that we've got a Charizard, right? I think that's been kind of the MVP of the weekend, is this Charizard deck.
Yeah.
Nor, do you remember?
Did
you send me that image in a message before? I think you did. I think
yes,
I have it.
I can send it again if needed.
If you beat me to it, that would be great. I'm looking for it right now.
Yep.
Got it. Never mind.
All right. All good. But as you said, yeah, it's really cool to see Charizard coming back into the meta. I think that's especially due to all of the tank decks that have been rising up in popularity, but also the fact that now I feel like you almost don't see any Oricorios. Magnetic Zeraora has dropped Oricorio for consistency, so Zard just has a free pathway to victory.
One thing I noticed too is nobody's running Mars either, right? Nobody's respecting the hand disruption game right now. So again, Zard getting kind of a free pass to just get that first 2-point KO and then line up into their Zard. Basically, you get whatever's in the active out of the way and then finish it with your Zard.
That's very true.
Yeah, I like to see it. I think also too with like these Mega Manetric decks, they only hit for 50 damage with Zera, and there's just not enough to get through Entei very easily.
Right. Yeah, and as you said, Mars has been being opted out in a lot of archetypes, whether that because there are 2 tech in Sweetbacks, for instance, you technically have 2 versions, one with Cyrus and one with Mars. People are opting to go more for Cyrus, as well as Absol Ninja. People are also now opting to get rid of the Mars or red card, and we can see it here with we're casting the Absol Ninja match. So in their deck list, they don't have any hand disruption, so it's going to be quite difficult to stop Zard if they get.
Yeah, online here. Exactly.
The cards fast, yeah.
The one thing they do have, though, is that Greninja Snipe, right? They've got they only run 1 Cyrus, so they have to play it smart, but they do at least have that Greninja Snipe ability. But yeah, we'll see. Definitely. We'll see if it matters. Like you were saying, if they get Zard online, it could be all over.
Yep.
Right. First game of our top 4 starting off here between Doug Z and Zilla.
Okay, going first with a Charmander. We have a Pokeball in hand that's going to be able to potentially grab us an Entei. Now, what's unfortunate for Zilla right here is that the fact that they started Charmander will mean that if they want to retreat to Entei, they won't be able to attack immediately, as the Chingling Lock will be blocking those flame patches.
That is true, right? Chingling Lock does block the flame patch. They're lucky that they ended up getting their basics that they needed on the field here, just because it'd be in a world of hurt not having both the Charmander and an Entei, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. Doug's going for the copycat. Now, one thing that could be interesting for Zilla instead of retreating here is definitely to just evolve with their Charmeleon and take the knockout. As Doug doesn't seem to have any threats on his side of the board.
Ooh, that's a good idea, actually. Just go right for it. You could honestly May right into the Zard X and win the game that way, too. Interesting. I'll see. Let's
Yeah.
see if they go for that play.
Patch the energy.
Looks like they're gonna go with their retreat here. I was saying earlier too. It looks like this Zilla player does run both one of like the 2 price, or I'm sorry, the 2 energy Charmeleon and the 3 energy Charmeleon. I would suspect for things like Oricorio, but
Yeah. And they run a helmet, right? So that
they
makes
do
sense.
run a helmet. All right, so we've got double Charmeleon set up here.
That's an interesting line. What worries me here, Jay, is that it allows Dugs to set up their board, and if Zilla gives time to Dugs, that's gonna allow the Absol Ninja player to have
Absolutely.
their ninja on board and just snipe the Charmeleons before they even evolve.
Let's see if we find an evolution this turn or not. Doesn't look like it. We're throwing Pokeballs before anything else, so... Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon.
There's the ninja.
Save the best for last. There comes the ninja. And a second frog.
Yep. The ping going in with Darkrai. Where's the Greninja ping going to go? I suspect it's going to go on Charmander? Potentially Entei to prevent a heal. Let me see. They play PCL and that's it. Alright. Yeah, it will make sense to ping Entei right here. I think that's what they're going to do, because with that Chingling damage, it's going to reduce Entei's HP to 90, so even with a PCL, it goes back to 120, and 120 is not enough to withstand next turn, as Dugs can just Darkrai ping, Greninja ping, and take the knockout with Darkrai.
Do hit Professor here, so we're going to draw into some more cards. PCL a little late. Turn too late here. I'm almost wondering, it was... getting rid of the Zard X the play. I might have saved it just to evolve into Zard X on my other Charmeleon here.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. This is going to be kind of tough because now they can play the ping game here. If we get this Entei down, that other Charmeleon is going to be ripe for the picking.
Right, and if you really want to take the knockout on this Darkrai that's going to follow up, you are going to need double Flame Patch. That means a double top deck right now. Oh, that's one.
Here we go. I'm wondering too if Dugs might just stall for a turn, having Greninja out in the active, and get some more ping damage while he can.
That is indeed a potential play, but see here, for instance, if Dugs were to be playing a disruption card, they could totally Chingling Lock for as long as they want, and on the moment where they stop Chingling Locking, they can go for that disruptive card, which can be very impactful. But wow,
Dugs getting it all here.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Probably double ping on that low HP Charmeleon. Retreat onto Darkrai, take the knockout on that Entei, and
Wow.
next turn, even if Zilla goes for the PCL. Oh, interesting. Okay. I guess that works as well.
Yeah, I think this is almost a good play too, because now they can't use any sort of flame patch shenanigan.
Oh, that's right. Right. Oh my, and they had the double flame patch. They would have gotten the game if he went for
That's
Darkrai.
crazy.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. But in this scenario, with no flame patch available, that means that they're forcing the evolution on this Charmeleon.
So do you, I guess, okay, they're still somewhat okay here, right? If you evolve the bench Charmeleon, put an energy on it,
Right.
I think you'll be okay. Maybe even heal your Entei, actually, so you don't get... Because you're going to attack into a helmet, and that'll put you down to 40 HP. You can get double pinged. You don't want to do that. There you go. There you go. Good play. Zilla
Yep.
really having to think on this turn. Okay, I like it. Once we
Yeah,
get
for
this,
sure. And since that,
go ahead.
Go on. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, since that double flame patch is now available, it's confirmed. It is true that this play will allow them to just take any knockout they want on the next turn.
Yep. I don't think Doug's going to be able to get 2 KOs in one turn here, so I think Zilla might actually take this here.
Wow.
What a turn of events. That was all over the place as far as momentum goes.
Yeah. Doug's played this really well, but I think the fact that Zilla double top deck a flame patch is pretty insane.
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna make them win the game. Ooh, do we... Yeah, no. It seems to be quite complicated. Yeah, Doug's has to go for the knockout on this Entei and hope that the Bull Flame patch isn't in hand, but little does he know.
Little does he know,
That's not all.
exactly. What he doesn't know, he doesn't know. But, I mean, that was really his only play, too, I feel like, considering Zilla's sitting at 2 prize
Definitely.
points, right? Where there was no stalling past this.
Mm-hmm. I guess if Doug's last turn had their Cyrus available, they could have went on and Cyrus the Mega Charizard in order to hit for 140 damage to maybe force a tie, but that won't be the case. Zilla taking game 1.
All right, I'll have the gameplay back on the screen here as soon as the next game starts. In the meantime, guys, if you're not over on the Twitch page, I just threw up a prediction for this round. Who do you guys think is winning? Are you guys rooting for Zilla or are you going for Doug's? This is a tough one. I mean, I like both players here. Zilla been the MVP of this weekend. Doug's a homie. He's one of the best players in the world. So definitely a tough call on this one, I feel like. I'm rooting for both. Can I do that?
I mean, definitely. And if you think about it, I'm currently looking at the standings, and Zilla is currently on 12-0 with
It's nuts.
Mega Charizard.
That is nuts.
Insane.
Right. Game 2 starting off here. Roki
We do
versus
see
Charmander. Interesting.
Yeah, we do see a Charmander start once again. However, both Pokeballs are in hand, which will guarantee an Entei.
Also have a May and a Professor, so we have a lot of control on the setup here. Problem is, we've got to get this Charmander out of the active. They do have type advantage, so even just one hit is going to bring that Charmander down 30 HP. Not a bad Professor either. We're getting everything we need.
Yeah, and now even if Doug's comes with the Chain Lock, it won't really matter because Zilla has the opportunity to retreat May for that second Charmeleon and go for the attack immediately.
Yes.
With Entei.
Yes. Let's see if that ends up being the case. Because again, if he does that, he could go right into Zard X, and I feel like you're pretty unstoppable at that point as well.
Yeah.
Do they run? They do run a boat, so this is where things can kind of get scary, though. The boat into Absol would be enough to KO Charmeleon.
Definitely, but it looks like that won't be the case. Going for that Chingling Lock. You could just go aggro with Charmeleon itself and take the knockout, but I think that from what we've seen last game, they're going to go for a retreat play. Yep.
Looks to be the case here, yep.
May guarantees the Charmeleon that's in the deck.
Oh, that's
Since
true.
in
We
deck-
get double Charmeleon this turn. Wow, what a play. That would be big. No energy on
Yeah.
Doug's end, so
Yeah, May guarantees both Entei
There it
and
is.
Charmeleon in deck,
Wow.
both being the last Pokemons in deck.
right. Opting for Y over X.
There it is.
Now, where are you
Even
throwing
go
the
for the
helmet, do you
helmet.
think? Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
I guess
think-
you put the helmet on Entei still?
Yeah, definitely. And just take the knockout here. Really impressive turn by Zilla.
Absolutely. Mei is MVP in this deck. That's why I like running 2 Meis, is just so I can pull plays like that off guaranteed every time. Well,
Mhm.
mostly guaranteed. You know what I mean? More guaranteed. They did
see
opt to go
the-
in with Froakie in the active, which still not a great response here, right? Now they either have to lose the Froakie or... And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to lose the Froakie, and with no boat to retreat it, I don't think we're going to see any Greninja soon. Meaning that it will allow... Oh,
Okay, now this is a good
interesting.
way to stall here. But it still might not matter. Let's see.
I was just about to say that we could heal next turn to not get Cyrus, but I guess Cyrus played out right now. And with no Flame Patch in hand, we cannot retreat immediately. Okay.
Even with the Flame Patch, we haven't lost any fire energy yet, so I don't even think we could retreat out of the active.
We have with Charmander.
Did we? Oh, we did. That's right.
in
That
Origin.
turn 1. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
No
worries.
I'm wondering then, do you go... What if you just attach to Charmeleon in the active and evolve to Zard X? I think that would be my play. It's the same thing, but you stay alive, right? There you go. And now this way,
Yeah,
if we
makes
do
sense.
play any, or if we do run into, excuse me, any of our flame patches, it's essentially over.
Yeah, not only does the evolution prevent Dogs from potentially grabbing a knockout with Boat and an energy on that Mega Absol, but it also allows to impose a threat, prevent Dogs from going for a 1.2 point game
Mm-hmm.
rather than a 2.3 points.
Again, Doug's only runs 1 Cyrus, so he has to... He can't really rip both the Charmeleon and the Entei off the bench. There's a Sabrina, but I don't know if that matters right now.
Yeah, I feel like if you attack, you're at 190, Absol hits you for 80, you're at 110, you hit for 180 back. Yeah, you don't even heal. You just take the knock. Well, you can't take the knockout. My bad. But I guess you could take the knockout on the following turn. Stay up front. Yeah.
Okay. I almost think maybe you should have PCL'd there, just because you're gonna lose it, right? Or you're Sabrina, one of the two.
I guess so.
Viking Trail.
Oh, this might be interesting, yeah. If we see a retreat right now, Absol will be able to deal 80 damage. That means Mega Charizard X will be at 130 HP. And technically, with 2 ninjas and a ping from Darkrai, it can knock it out. But that's a lot of cards to ask for.
Yeah.
And with only 2 cards in hand.
With only 2 in hand, too.
Yeah, that'd be insane. But I think that might be their only choice to not get that Charizard X HP under 110. So there it is, the retreat, the attack, and probably going to get rid of the PCL? Depends. Yeah, PCL, I think.
You
makes
have
sense.
to. Yeah.
Because you don't want that Charizard X to go over that 140
Okay.
HP threshold.
So it would have just been 140 regardless. I was gonna say, is the 10 HP difference gonna actually matter here?
It is indeed.
We could always go for, I don't know, the ping doesn't make sense, or that's not the ping, excuse me, the Sabrina doesn't make sense to me. I think Professor's the play.
I think Professor's the play here. Zilla is probably going to try and find that Cyrus.
Ooh.
Because I
Hear me
think that you could yeah, I'm listening.
I was gonna say, hear me out on this one. What if we retreated? It's too late now, but what if we would have retreated and flame patched Entei, hit for 120 on Absol? Then what do they do? That would have been game.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Doug's has already used their Cyrus. to stall. So they can't Cyrus this Mega Charizard once again.
I think that was the play. Oh no! Oh no! Don't tell me. I can't watch this.
Last two cards.
No way!
Copycat.
Oh no!
That's going to be. That might cost Zilla the game here. Now retreating. Maybe overlook the fact that Cyrus has already been used. Doug's 4 new cards. The first ping coming in. Okay, on Mega Charizard X. Will we see the second ping?
I gotta know how many cards are in Doug's deck. Somebody click on that deck list. I gotta see. If it's like, I mean, it looks like there's 1 card left in there.
Yeah, definitely between 1 and 3 cards.
He's either... Oh, I thought that was it! Okay, is he just BMing the crowd here?
There's no way. I think that'd be pretty insane. They'd go for the play immediately. I think
he has it. 10 HP. Holy moly.
I think that if they don't have it, they're definitely going to retreat on that Greninja. Interesting.
Okay.
But that's weird because that means, okay, there's a helmet up front, sure.
They don't have Cyrus still, though, right? So
yeah, so Cyrus is gone, so...
Retreat. Flame Patch, abs are on Entei, hit for 120, knock out Greninja, and then what do they do to you? Nothing, right?
Yeah. Wait. Actually, no. They could still take the knockout because of that rocky helmet in front. You'll reduce the HP of Entei to 120. Hence, a ping from Darkrai and a Greninja ping plus.
But that would be okay.
So we'll take the knockout.
That would be okay, I feel like, because Entei goes down. That's Doug's first prize point, and then you come sweep up with Zard in the bench. Oh, I think Zilla sees it.
And I think I've just noticed that Doug's cannot actually go for the immediate knockout as they have to attach both energy to Darkrai and Absol. So they can't attach 2 other energies in one turn.
Good point there. Yep. Here we go.
So they're going for the Flame Patch, going to enhance their Entei's damage to 120, hence taking the knockout on this Greninja.
Might as well play that. I wouldn't play either one of these supporters right now. Sure, drop it. You got 15 seconds left. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just attack. Oh my god, what are we doing? Why?
There's no time. Was
it worth it? Why did you do that?
Oh my god.
Oh, we did it. No! Oh my god. Why did you do that?
No, they just threw the game.
He still has it. He still has it, though. He's got Cyrus Flame Patch. But why would you do that?
Yeah, they still have it. Okay.
Oh my lord.
Holy.
People playing copy. Do not. Let's chat. Please don't play copycats with 15 seconds left to go.
Yeah.
Oh
Remember
my
that
god.
the animation time takes quite some time. Oh my god.
So he sees the Cyrus, right? Please tell me you see the Cyrus play. Please end this.
Yeah,
no, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, he's going big. Okay, he's just going big.
It works.
Zilla,
as well,
you're giving
honestly,
me a heart attack, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
I think if that cost him the game, they would have been really mad about it, but
oh yeah.
Thank goodness they take the win. Definitely some intricate plays in the middle game, right? They could have retreated that Mega Charizard X earlier and allowed themselves to be in a safer spot than what they were.
I totally agree with that one. Yeah, a lot of risky plays there. Zilla taking it though, 2-0. Holy, I gotta like take a breath after that game. My lord.
Yeah, that was an impressive game. Congrats to Zilla though for making it to finals, Charizard in finals. That's pretty cool. And congrats to Doug's as well for getting thus far.
Absolutely, Doug's a big homie. One of the best players in the world. Definitely a familiar name around here. But yeah, grats to both players, and awesome to see Zard in the finals. I love that. All right, let's move down to our other top 4 match here. It's going to be Kaiso versus Desty.
Ooh, a pretty classic matchup that we're going to be spectating
Yes.
here is going to be Sleep Alteria against Sui Bax.
Do you want to go? Let's go to Kaiso's POV, I feel like.
Yep, let's do that.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting about this matchup between Sui Bax and Alteria Sleep is that in the early meta of this new set, it actually seemed like Sui Bax had the initial matchup by a slight margin of 2 to 3%. However, as the meta evolves and has evolved, it seems that I'm currently looking at the statistics. It seems that it is now Mega Alteria Igglybuff that has the matchup by a small margin of 2%. So it's interesting how it shifted a little bit.
This has been I don't know. It's very coin flippy, I feel like. But this has been a fun meta still.
Yeah, and there's so much cards in game right now. Every time they are going to add new sets, it's just going to enhance the
spread of the meta, I guess, right? Is that a good way to kind of put it? Because that's why I kind of agree with what you're saying there. Is like the selection of meta viable decks is crazy right now. I mean, it's still like untapped potential. I feel like. Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, I think there's a top 8 player that's been rocking what is it, Ninetales Xianpao.
Yeah.
So I mean, still a lot of surprises that will pop out in the future, hopefully. A few days ago in another tournament, I've seen a Donphan Greninja placing well. I was quite surprised.
Donphan Greninja. We were seeing that yesterday. I know that was kind of crazy, that Donphan Greninja, and that's kind of the running joke, is you can put Greninja into anything, right?
Yeah, put a little bit of this, a little bit of that type deck building.
All right, we are starting up here any moment. There should be searching here in just a sec.
I'm currently looking at the deck lists of both players, and it seems like Alteria Igglybuff has the Alteria Igglybuff player, so Kaiso, has removed Poncho and has added a PCL. I don't know how that's going to work out against Sui Bax, especially because you are scared of that Xianpao 130 hit on the bench plus Cyrus, right? So we'll see how that goes. The players are currently searching for their match, guys. We will just need to wait a little bit. But there it is. Players are going into their game.
All right, guys, this is our second top 4 match between Desty and Kaiso. Desty playing Suicune Baxcalibur, Kaiso playing Sleep Altaria. I'm joined with Nord. Nord, I'm glad you were able to kind of tap in here. I should have thought of something and asked you earlier. I thought you were playing in the tournament, though, and I think that was why I didn't ask, because I just figured you were playing. So I rocked the solo. But again, I'm glad you said something, and I'm glad you tapped in. And yeah, here we go. Top 4.
No. Yeah, no worries. It's all good. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, unfortunately, I got out of in day 1. I was playing Guzzlord in DD, but it didn't go
big Guzz.
on my way.
It. One of my favorites.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm really happy to be here, and let's see how this top 4 match goes. I mean, look at the hand from Kaiso. Going first, having both Darkrai's. I think we're just going to go for X speed and copycat.
Might as well. You don't need it at this point. Throw that thing out of here.
Yeah.
Go for the copycat.
I mean, Desty is not going to be attacked for another 2 turns, so...
Very true, right? He doesn't even get to attack for at least 2 turns here. Desty does run at least one PCL, so they do have some way to get out of this sleep scam, but regardless, 50 damage turn 1, crazy.
Yeah, and if they don't wake up, there's an extra 40 damage. Next turn, they're going to be asleep again. Wow. Yeah. Flipping tails on this one. Desty in quite some big trouble this early in the game. Let's see if they can make some sort of comeback. We do see Pokeball first, then going for research. Probably means that they are searching for that Candy Excalibur. Another Pokeball probably found from that research. Giant Cape is going to go up front because indeed, without that Cape, it will be knocked out on the next turn. Second Suicune. Asian Pao hits the field. And that's going to be a pass. Bad dreams from both Darkrai's enacting. Let's see if this coin flips heads. It will. Unfortunately, that won't matter.
Desty probably thinking this is a bad dream. Get me out of here. I guess. That's unfortunate. We're gonna be 20 damage short from getting the KO here.
It definitely would have been absolutely incredible to see Kaiso draw into a Swablu. But I guess that slows the game down as well as the tempo. Now, does Desty flip heads here? Because if it flips tails, that means next turn it will be knocked out. Fortunately, it won't for them. And the game seems to be balancing itself out a little bit. We see the cape going on the second Suicune. The knockout can be taken. On Kaizo's side, there's no big threats really. We do have an XP to get Darkrai out of the active spot. However, we need a Iggly buff, potentially. Something like that. And if there is nothing, Desty could...
Now it's kind of like, why did we throw that second X speed away?
Yeah. I'm thinking, Jay, if Kaiso doesn't find anything they could bench, like a Iggly buff or something like that. Oh, I don't even know if I want to bench that. Because...
I don't think you do, right? Because then you're just getting KO'd. Potentially,
right,
if they find that Excalibur. Tough call here. Yep, I agree with that one. Here's what I'm doing. I'm putting Swablu down, putting an energy on Swablu, and ending my turn. I think that's how I would play it. Maybe, wait, hold on. How much damage are you taking on Darkrai?
You're taking 100 if you bench that Swablu.
You bench, yeah.
It's quite tough because Kaiso right now does not want to lose a second Pokemon, considering that there's a Xianpao behind that's ready to snipe anything on the field. But I think the choice is limited here. Kaiso going for the bench with Swablu. And I think that will just be a turn pass from there on.
I think so as well.
And
I'd keep the X speed at this point.
Mm-hmm. The only way I see Kaiso come out of this situation is if Desty does not find their Excalibur next turn, take the knockout with Mega Altaria on this turn, on the following turn on this Suicune EX, and go for some sleep scam plays. But Desty does play PCL. There it is. Candy Excalibur. That's going to allow them to, on the next turn, snipe with Baojian Xianpao. That Baojian's the French name, I apologize.
Baojin? I think we were watching somebody play earlier and I saw the Baojin on there. I love, did you see, who was it? I can't remember who was casting with me. I think it might have been iluchien, but either way, we looked at the German Guzzlord, and his name is Schling King. And I thought that was like the best name I've ever seen in any Pokemon ever. The Schling King? Hell yeah.
Yeah. It is quite fun to discover the Pokemon names of different
All the global
languages.
names for Pokemon. Yeah, exactly. I love it.
Yeah. Kaiso is going to go for the Sabrina for probably potentially a sleep play. I think that's their only play right now.
This is your best bet here too, is go for the sleep.
However, Desty
This-
does play a PCL. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. This is just not a good spot to be in right now. You know, for how good of a start we had, this kind of swapped momentum very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Not being able to find that Swablu on their turn too. They're gonna evolve nevertheless. I guess that does stall for quite a bit. Desty can now retreat and charge up their Shampao as of right now. But
Reminder,
still.
reminder, guys, everybody watching on Twitch, I do have predictions up and running for top 4 and finals. If you guys want to spend your channel points, maybe have a little fun gambling on who's gonna win, go spend your points now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know where I'm spending my points.
Yeah, going for 80 damage. Even a PCL won't help because
They do run
the Sweetbacks player can retreat and snipe the Darkrai for their 3rd point.
Wait a minute. Oh, they can. You're right. They can retreat, snipe Darkrai. I forgot about that part.
It's crazy to see how, you know, how unbalanced a game can start and how it can shift momentum so fast, right?
Yeah. And I've kind of noticed too, when games give you that, like, it's too good to be true feeling, sometimes it is, right? Sometimes it's gonna be too good to be true, and you're gonna end up like this, right? Where you burnt up all your karma early on, and now it's all over here, I guess, in the end game.
Mm-hmm. And see here, maybe if Kaiso played Poncho, maybe that would have made a difference. However, I guess PCL does have its good, its positive elements, right?
Yeah. I don't know, I'm a big fan of Poncho myself. Like, for the Zard deck, I'm almost thinking, do I put the helmet in at all, or do I go Poncho, right? That's my debate, is helmet or Poncho on Zard. And I think it's kind of the same thing for other decks, too. Is like, do I want this Poncho in this deck just for blocking those Chen Pao hits on my big cards? Or on you know, in the end game there, where I need to save one of my bench cards.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen the Zard player going to finals without Poncho. Maybe that's the answer. And but I think the comeback of Charizard is definitely gonna end up rising the popularity of Sweetbacks decks as well as Oricorio. What's crazy though is that in the past the meta has always been in a sort of rock paper scissors type of situation, and right now this rock paper scissors is between 4 to 6 decks, which is incredible. I think it's so healthy for the meta, and it makes me not know which deck I should play each tournament. I always hesitate so much. And
maybe you can also kind of agree with this too. This season for ranked, when ranked started, that first night, I had more trouble this season than I've had in like the last 4 or 5 months. I couldn't really hone in like what deck to run. Like the last few seasons, it's been like, well, just pick Hydreigon and you're okay. You can't really do that now, I feel like. Like, you can't just pick Hydreigon and be okay.
Yeah, because Hydreigon counters 2 decks but gets countered by 2 other decks. So is the case for Suicune, so is the case for Zard, so is the case for Altaria Sleep. I mean, it's wow.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very, very like rock, paper, scissors type meta, but expanded, right? And that's what I wanted. And it's crazy that Mega Shine was the set that sort of really blossomed it. I mean, we've kind of been seeing it all throughout the B series, but I feel like Mega Shine, for whatever reason, it like took the meta and just equalized it. The great equalizer.
Yeah. And now you technically can run any deck and win a tournament.
Yeah, seriously. You can run Donphan Greninja.
And win Pocket Mats potentially. We never know. But we do see Igglybuff going for the sleep. Thankfully, Desty does find a benched Pokemon, which will allow them to stay more safely into the game. Keep going onto Xianpao.
So I was thinking about what the results of this round. If Desty wins this, if the Suicune Baxcalibur player wins this, they're going up against Charizard in the finals. I would say you're sitting pretty okay there.
Yep. I would say Suibax does have the advantage. But then again, we'll see. It's still not over here. We'll see if Kaiso can create a difference. Pokeball gets Igglybuff, not the one they necessarily wanted. If I were Kaiso, I'd go immediately into
Mega
Alt and go in, because there's no energy up front. Cape is up front as well, so they can't retreat and attack. There's no Frigibax on board.
I like this play. Go big, go big.
And maybe finish up the game with a Sabrina. Yeah.
It's always a good point. You gotta notice small things like that too, right? Like they don't have fridges even set up on the bench, so you can kind of go big. I don't know about this one, but here we are.
Interesting play. I guess they want to sleep them. No? Okay. Go for the... I guess that works too, because if from there on Desty does not find their Frigibax, they are in the same situation where they don't have energy on board and therefore cannot attack, right? So I guess this works.
Not only that, but they're only doing, what, 60 damage? So we heal 30 of that off. Oh, if we see an attack right here, we're golden.
Yep, it seemed like that was the right choice by Kaiso. With no Frigibax on board, there is definitely no threat on the next turn. And
here we go.
I think that might just seal the game. We'll see if Desty can make some kind of comeback.
Next speed getting played. That way, can't really copycat off of it, but I don't know if they were going to.
A copycat has already been used either way, so...
No, it has already been used. You're absolutely right. They only have one.
And the awkward thing now for Desty is that they have to promote their Xianpao to the active spot. It has a cape. It can't retreat immediately. We're going to see a research.
A lot of card draw on Desty's end. I'm kind of surprised they haven't hit that fridge yet. Planes. We see an attack here. Again, it's all over. All right, we're moving into game 3 at least. Oops, speaking of, I got to mark the game from last game.
Yep, no worries. And Kaiso is going to be able to hit for a large amount of damage, 130 damage, and go for the Cyrus Play on the next turn if Desty does decide to retreat onto the Suicune. But either way, retreating on Suicune wouldn't do much with no energies on board.
Again, the Zard player Zilla is sitting there in finals waiting for this match to finish, and I'm probably guessing he's rooting for Kaiso, just considering he probably doesn't want to have to go up against Xianpao in the finals.
Yeah, most definitely. And if you look at Zilla's matches throughout their campaign this weekend, they have gone against only one Suibax. They have gone against 0 Sleep Altaria. Interesting. But they have won all of their matches, so... Oh, Desty has also lost 0 games. They tied twice, but they lost 0 games as well. Interesting. But yeah, Desty retreating that Xianpao, promoting Suicune, and benching that Frigibax. However, that is way too late into the game. Kaiso has Cyrus in hand, will be able to Cyrus out the Xianpao and take the knockout for the game. 1-1. We're going to match 3.
Love it. Game 3 scenario. All right, we'll get the game back on the screen here in just a moment once they are in the game.
And although Kaiso, Zilla is probably rooting for the Mega Altera Igly buff. Surprisingly, it doesn't have a... Charizard does not have a large advantage against it.
No, it's still going to be a scary matchup either way for Charizard.
Yeah.
I don't think he's liking either one of these matchups, but I feel like personally I would rather go into the Sleep Scam over the water advantage there.
Yeah,
they do at least run a PCL, so there's one out. Better get those coins warmed up.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, moving into game 3 here between Desty and Kaiso. Desty with his I'm a Beginner title on. Might have to take that off after this.
Yeah. We are going first for the 3rd time in a row.
Wow.
But this time, it's a
Well, he does have
front.
X speed and potential draw into Igly.
Yeah.
Double X speed. Okay, not great.
We'll see what
Come
the
on,
research
Igly.
grabs.
Ugh.
Ooh. That's a
Well,
rough
this isn't
hand.
good. Yeah, this isn't good. Now all you're doing is sitting with a giant hand, and they do run a copycat, so... I don't know, do you even potentially run the X speeds here, or throw the X speeds just to limit copycats? It looks like we're doing that.
I would run. I would use at least one. I don't know about the second one. Yeah. I'd keep the second one to retreat onto an Igly buff potentially next turn. Alright. Desty's turn now. Let's see. Going for research first. Will a Pokeball follow that up? No! Wow, attach energy up front.
Okay, hold on.
Wow, okay. Hold on. Double brick.
Double brick. Bro, Desty is just on, like, the brick spree right now, too.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
Lissy is good. That's good.
Yeah, that is quite huge.
Should guarantee us a... I don't know about that play, but okay.
I would have Lysia because it could have potentially gotten you a Swablu. Oh, they're going to go for Copycat. Interesting. Okay, that works as well. I guess they're telling themselves, if I go for the Igly buff, there's no Darkrai that follows up with it either way.
Yeah.
So... Is it me or that Copycat had basically the same effect as Lysia? Right here. That's kind of funny. Okay. Finding both Igly buff and Swablu. Retreating, attaching energy to Mega Altaria. That's interesting because I personally would have used Lysia, find potentially a second Swablu in order to evolve it on the
that
next
would have been
turn
my
on
play
the
as well
damaged
too.
one, and go for a Copycat as But interesting.
You do wake up.
There it is, Pokeball. Going to be searched out, and Desty might be able to unbrick themselves. We'll see what they got from that Pokeball. If it's a Suicune, I potentially wouldn't bench it because I would be worried about a Sabrina play, considering there's no Frigibax on board, and keeping that Xianpao online up front with a potential energy attachment up front would allow on the next turn to snipe anywhere they want. So we'll see how they play. Alright, benching the Suicune either way. Are we retreating? Attaching energy over there. Yeah, I think we are retreating. Keeping that Xianpao.
Does this guy have mini fridges in his deck or not? Like we haven't seen one in 2 games now. I feel like this is crazy. Are you what do you think? Do you Cyrus play right now? Probably not, huh? Maybe?
I wouldn't Cyrus play just for the specific the interesting part is that Kaiso doesn't run any stadium card. So Desty will at 140 HP is safe with that Xianpao. I don't even think it's worth it right now to go for these Cyrus, considering they only run 1 as well. Going for Copycat for 6 new fresh cards. Okay, Darkrai.
I like it. Double Darkrai. Well as our other Igglybuff. This is one deck where you get in the position of bench locking yourself. I don't know if I would have done that either. I kind of like keeping my sleep options open until I absolutely need them.
Going for the...
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you, but they're going for the same play as S game. Going in directly, hoping that there is no fridge hitting the bench next turn. Starting Plains.
Hey.
Okay. Are we going for a copycat?
Yes, we are going for a copycat. All right. I guess it comes down to this, right?
Yeah. You absolutely need to find a Frigibax right here, right now, to be able to follow up with an attacker. There it is. And the second Suicune, that's good. That means... Yep, go on.
As I said, they're down to 2 cards is the only scary thing here, so they're hopefully got some way to evolve into that that big fridge. That big fridge in the sky. There's a PCL. That could be probably not that crucial here.
I don't know if it will be too helpful. Now, Desty's play here is to go for a Cyrus. Whereas Kaiso is forced to retreat, question mark? They could go for the very aggressive play of just taking the knockout, hoping that there's no Candy Excalibur.
Stalling doesn't feel like a good play either. I think you have to go big.
Yeah.
I think they bench locked themselves in a bad way here too. If they would have had that other Darkrai on the, or been able to pop that other Darkrai down.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we could have got the sleep scam that way too.
Yeah, it feels like the more you wait, the more you're giving the Suicune player time.
So hear me out on this one though. What if we do retreat, go Igglybuff, go for the sleep scam? Okay, I think he's going for it. Because the KO is going to happen not on your turn, but on their turn, which means it's going to push something in the active for you. All right, 50-50.
Sure, I guess that is a line, but that means that you're also technically giving time. You're giving time for Xianpao to set up and just snipe that. Make Altaria with 80 HP. Wow.
Doesn't matter.
Cyrus was in hand.
Well, I think Charizard's gut just went in his throat.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But very interesting game. I think you had to take the risk there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did too. Crazy games. Either way, shout out to Desty and Kaiso. Desty moving on to the finals. Be just a sec here. Let's go get those games set up now.
Yep. Let me know which POV we're going to.
We'll probably go with Zilla. Zilla's been pretty consistent. Looks pretty good for quality, so I think we'll go with Zilla. Give me a sec. I'll meet you up there.
Yep. We're down to the classic fire versus water matchup. That's going to be fun. If we take a look at both players, the Charizard player, Zilla, has gone 13-0, undefeated. But that's not it, guys. Desty, the Sweetbacks player, has also gone undefeated. It's just that they've tied both of last Swiss rounds. Yeah, so both players undefeated in the finals. Which is quite impressive.
Agreed. And it's Charizard in the finals, right? We all love to see that. Hopefully we see a resurgence of Zard. It's going to be an uphill battle, I feel like, for the Zard player this game, but still not unwinnable.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. Zilla has beaten one Sweetbacks on their way here.
Okay.
And Desty has beaten one Mega Charizard on their way here.
Oh boy.
We'll see how that goes.
Make sure they are searching. Good to go. It'll be just a sec, guys.
This is heat.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Got Desty versus Zilla in our finals. Swapped over. In our finals here for Pocket Mads number 28, I'm joined with Nord this weekend. Nord, glad you're here.
Hello.
These have been some crazy games. Desty, again, playing Suicune Excalibur. Zilla playing Charizard. So we've got kind of a water versus fire rivalship going on here.
Yep.
Good start, though, for Zilla here. Zilla, I'm liking this.
Yep, and we see Desty yet again starting with Xianpao. I think that's the third game in a row we've seen that Xianpao start.
That's crazy, right? Third game in a row with that unlucky start.
But Zilla will be able to go for that research, go for that Pokeball, potentially keep that Pokemon in hand for a May, right? Rocky Helmet up front. Makes sense. And wow, what a strong start on Zilla's side. Charmander as well. We'll see if a boat can be found. If a Frigibax can be found. The boat will be found and put on Xianpao. So we can retreat this turn. And we will.
Like you're saying, do we find the mini fridge?
And the turn is now past. Zilla with a bunch of different plays they can make. The most obvious one seems to be May.
I think May, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
May out this Entei for hopefully a Charmeleon.
Yeah, 50-50 chance.
There it is. Okay.
Okay.
Not a bad start here, actually, on Zilla's end, right? So we're going to be able to attack into Suicune and do 60 damage. If they attack back, that would, put him down to 80, I guess? HP.
So you might...
Can hit for 120 the following turn as well. No fridge would be huge here.
Yeah. No fridge would be quite insane. Desty will go for the research either way. Trying to find that Frigibax. Trying to find a way to balance this game out. Attaching an energy up front. And will that be it? Yeah. Wow. 80 damage.
All right. So dodging the fridge. Going to be, I think, pretty big here. Bro, poor Desty. Again, does he have those in his deck?
Yeah, Desty has been breaking quite hard, and I think the play from Zilla here is quite simple. Take this knockout on this Suicune immediately. There's nothing on Desty's side of the board that can threaten you. And with Cyrus in hand, after damaging a Pokemon... Yeah,
they can't attack back with Xianpao at all, right? So,
yeah.
I say let her rip.
Let it rip. Zilla taking their first 2 point of the game. Entei taking out Suicune. That's quite a...
Pretty ironic there, right?
Yeah.
People People always arguing, who's better, Entei or Suicune? I'm an Entei fan. I think Suicune probably the better card, but Entei is always fun.
I hear, but I would personally go for Suicune myself.
Yeah, I think Suicune probably the better card. But again, Entei has its moments, right? Has its moments. We do finally find a fridge, but what do we do here? They can't retreat into it.
Yeah,
can't really do much, right?
Into it.
Cyrus is in hand, so it doesn't matter what you do, really.
and that's why we were talking about hand disruption, right? Hand disruption being opted out in this current meta feels like we're just letting those deck that draw a lot huge potential, whereas Mars or even red card can win you games, literally.
Yep. Definitely. So here's my play for this turn here. I'm going to PCL the Entei, bring it back up to 90 HP. I'm going to KO the Chien-Pausker. Okay, we're going big. We're going big. I suppose this works too. Sort of.
I mean, I'm thinking, but even if they hit for 120 right now, the opponent can heal 30, so that's 40 plus planes. Okay, I was thinking of taking the knockout simply with Charmeleon, but that'd be 10 short, and wow,
they're done.
They concede.
So get me to game 2. I wonder if that means they didn't even have it in their hand. That's crazy.
Probably, or maybe they thought that it was over since a Charizard will just follow up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to be fair, also Zilla did have the Cyrus in hand, so it was likely over no matter what they did, but still crazy to see it end like that. Game 1 going to Zilla in the finals here. Zard up 1 game against Bax. Crazy, crazy start in the finals. Who would have thought Zard would even make it to the finals this week? We only have, I think, like 5 Zard players in this entire tournament this weekend, so crazy that one of them made it to the finals. Nope, I lied. We have a bunch of Zard this week. I was saying we have a bunch of Zard this week. That was last week, I think. Last week was 5 Zard players. Zard on the Zard stocks are rising this week, it looks like.
Yep. They are going to be rising, and we're currently going into game 2. Let's see if Desty will be lucky enough to not break. Because it's quite rare to brick with Sweetbacks, and they've just bricked 3 times in a row, so. Desty going first this time.
There
going
it is.
for the
Come
Pokeball.
On. Has to be, right? Oh no.
It's the second Suicune, oh my.
And the Chen, oh my, everything but the fridge.
Oh wow.
Here we go.
Going for
This is the start they wanted.
Going to try and find that fridge. Or a Pokeball, that would work as well. Yeah, it would guarantee it. There it is. That's the start they wanted, as you said. And passing their turn. Zilla, on their side, has 2 Pokeballs and a May in hand. They can bench that Charmander, use that May for next turn to find a Charmeleon.
I think that's your best bet. You've got to get into Zard as fast as possible here, so you don't get Chen-Powed. If you can find Zard X, oh my lord, look at that, we found both. You can't keep both, unfortunately, but that would be the plan, is hopefully get into Zard X here, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
See what we do.
Now passing the turn. Desty going for the research, trying to find that combo to evolve into Big Fridge, which they will. And the cape as well, going up front. Now the threat is here, Jay.
Exactly, threat is here. What are they hitting for? 120? 100, excuse me?
100, yeah. Zilla will need to draw more resources as Desty will be able.
Ooh, there we go. Okay.
Ooh.
We could throw basically our whole hand here.
Yeah. They will be able to evolve into Charmeleon, use Ignition. Are we benching the second Charmander? I wouldn't do that.
Tough call, but
Because-
I think he's doing that just to set up the Zard Y play potentially. Oh,
yeah.
no.
The thing
Okay.
I'm
Hold on.
what I'm
Maybe
worried
we have
about
it.
is that. Do we?
Well, okay, so we have one turn on one energy on Charmeleon. It's going to come down to what card we draw with either Entei or top deck right here. Okay, that's actually good too. That's actually kind of okay too.
Because look, Jay, what I'm worried
you're
about
right,
is that
though. You're right though.
yeah, by benching the second Charmander, Desty will be able to take this knockout on Entei and just ignore any potential Mega Pokemon coming onto the field. Take the snipe on this Charmander, and that will just be game over.
Took the energy for granted there. I was thinking he had one more turn, but we won't have one more turn. Shen Pao's ready to go next turn. So, and we have only lone Charmander on the field. You can't skip from Charmander right into Zard, and that's not going to survive the hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rare Candy isn't teched into the deck. But from there on, it's basically over. That's why I was confused too, as of why we benched that Charmander. But that's that. What's done has been done.
Imagine we didn't, and we only had Zard X here. That would have won the game.
Yeah. Two Charmeleon on the field.
Ooh. I don't know about this one, but sure, why not?
Going for Charizard Y. Going for Flame Patch anyway, fighting this until the end.
Maybe the opponent doesn't see it. This is one of those scenarios where it's like, maybe just play your hand as fast as possible, and maybe they're not going to notice the play themselves. I'm sure they do.
Believe that there will be an internet connection.
Yeah, exactly.
That goes wrong.
He'll hit the wrong attack. He'll hit Icicle instead of Diving Ice.
Yeah, but I think Desty will take this game too. Let's see, Diving Icicles, going on the Charmeleon, taking their third point, and bringing this to a game 3.
Well, I wouldn't have it any other way. Game 3 scenario in our finals. Love to see it.
Yeah, especially with Entei facing off Suicune. Kind of like a legendary...
Especially with the 2 decks that we're playing. And yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. It's all coming down to this, folks. We'll have the gameplay back on the screen here. Just a moment.
It feels like it really depends on who sets up the best and the fastest.
Yep.
It feels like
early game very important here. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And it feels like Mega Charizard really wants to start first with Entei up front, Charmander behind. Otherwise, it's difficult to...
It's tough to start or to catch up. It's not impossible, right? If you do have the Charmander in the active, it's not impossible, but you do end up generally wasting a Flame Patch to pull that off. Or you're just 1 energy behind. But yeah, if you do start in the active with Entei and a Charmander on the bench, you're in a pretty good spot. Just a shame that last battle really came down to that extra bench Charmeleon, and I get it. I think they were they're laser focused on setting Y up, but again, kind of their downfall, right? X is good too.
All right, game 3, Suicune facing off Entei. Let's see this. Going first for Zilla. Wow,
not
his
good.
hand is quite bad. They have everything in hand except for that Charmander.
It's coming down to, do we see the Fridge and Chen? If Desty just ends his hand here too, or attaches and ends his turn, We're okay. Oh,
Oh,
boy.
wow.
Okay, we got a game. We got a game.
Why?
Buckle up, folks. We got a game.
Didn't expect that. Oh, wow,
no.
this is disgusting.
No.
No Charmander to be seen. That was a 50-50, wasn't it?
That was. I mean, that's all that's left is Charmanders. That's all that's left.
Yeah, oh my.
Ugh.
Both Charizard will be sent back into the deck.
Maybe keep X. I kind of agree with keeping X. I don't know. It's such a scuffed start. Boy, you better hope that Desty doesn't draw anything too. That's all I gotta say.
It's funny how I wouldn't bench it right now. I will wait a bit.
I agree with that. That way you take less damage.
Not
Smart
only
move.
that, I think you could have kept one of the Charizards, but I guess there it is. Wow. Okay, let's see on this side if they have anything. They find FittyPalis. Okay, they find the second one.
Oh boy. Beginning of
That's
the
gonna
end
be
here,
tough.
folks.
Yep. Suicune getting the first hit, going for 60 damage.
Which means if we place anything else down without healing, we're cooked.
That's right, but I don't think we have a choice. We have to go for that Copycat. Entei into Copycat?
Yeah, I think you
Is
have
that
to.
Yeah.
This is so bad. At least we're copycatting a decent sized hand here, but still not great. Sabrina. Wait. Is this the play? No way.
Well,
This is the play.
right, you do take...
If you think about it,
take a
Entei
knockout.
wins this. No way, we're going to see an Entei solo against Suicune. Well, duo Entei.
Well, I'm worried. I think the game is still not won yet, right? We do have Suicune that will probably take the knockout right here. But we need to see one bench Pokemon, right? We have 2 Flame Patches on Zilla's side, which will allow the second Entei to come and attack for 60, but that's not enough.
But then you follow up with
Pokeball.
120 though, right? And that would be enough.
Yeah, but Xianpao exists.
But Shen Pao
And that's
is
what I'm worried
here.
about. If we see...
But we have Cyrus in hand though. So hold on, wait, hear me out. We're gonna hit first into Suicune, right? We'll do 60 damage. We'll set up 3 energy on Entei. Which means the following turn we're hitting for 120. Do they have any other heals? They have 1 PCL. PCL wins the game for Desty.
Right, however, the Entei player does not play any HP enhance, which means that if Desty on their next turn, having attached energy already on Xianpao,
water
finds,
energy. Oh no, it's over.
finds their Baxcalibur, it will be...
I keep
game.
forgetting the type advantage.
Yeah.
I don't think you put it down, do you? Do you put the Charmander down? Is there any point in putting it down?
I don't think there is. I think we have Cyrus in hand. We have double Flame Patch. The only way we win this game is hoping that Desty does not have their combo of Candy Baxcalibur. That's their only hope. The game, the result is not in their hands anymore.
So maybe you do throw your entire hand so you have less cards. Did they play their copycat? I don't remember that part either. I can't remember if it was this game or last game. Please play that other Flame Patch.
Yeah. Wait, have the Suicune player played? Have Desty played a copycat? No, right?
Yeah. I don't think Desty's played it this turn, right? Or this game?
Yeah. Okay. Drop everything then. I would have dropped. Yeah. Okay.
I would have.
Interesting.
Let's find
Or
out.
for 60 damage.
Or no, maybe he did hit it right at the beginning there, didn't he? I can't remember if it was this game or last game. I'm too stoked on this one to see if it, or to remember, excuse me.
Desty
Candy,
going for the
it's over.
candy.
It's over.
It's over. Desty will be able to retreat that Suicune immediately and go into the Xianpao. Even if Zilla dropped everything, it would have been over anyway.
Man. To be fair, it was over the following turn with Cyrus Flame Patch.
Yep. It was now or never.
Yep,
And
now or
Destiny
never.
was not in Zilla's hand.
Tough go. But that's the way she goes sometimes. Grats to Desty for winning this week's Pocket Mads. Grats to Zilla for being the MVP. We followed him all the way to the top. Great games to both players. Also, Njord, thank you for joining me this weekend. A lot of fun. I'm glad you stepped in.
It was a pleasure.
Instead of me having
Thank
to
you.
just do this all solo. So, real quickly, I suppose, before you take off, you want to take a glance at the standings And then we can maybe
sure.
take a peek at the metagame here and just kind of see what's going on.
Yep.
So, let's see. For the standings here, they're updated now. Desty coming in first place, going 12-0-2. So technically undefeated, right? Technically, he's still
That's right.
undefeated. Again, going 12-0-2. Second place here, Zilla, 13-1. Mega Charizard. What a finals that was. Glad that ended up going to Game 3 and it wasn't just a blowout here for Suicune. Below that, then we've got Doug's playing Mega Absol, Greninja. Doug's a great player, so it's great to see him make it into top 4 as well. Kaiso's been consistently making top 4s as well. I think I just made a thumbnail for him for top 4 finals the other week. I think he might even won it.
Oh wow.
Kaiso though, again, he's been showing off recently. Right below that, we got your boy Shad playing the Alolan Ninetales Chen Pao deck. Wasn't this the one you were talking about?
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to check that deck out because that is quite impressive.
Definitely a high roll deck here. So I've got it pulled up on the screen. Double Ninetales, single Chen Pao, a Fione, and a Mantike. With 2 Misties, right? So very, very high roll with that water energy. But, I mean,
Yeah.
once you get the Ninetales going, it's tough, right? You get locked in, and then Chen Pao finishes it.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that they've gone through how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Hydreigon. So and they won it all.
A lot. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot.
exactly. It's scrolling down the list. Oops, sorry guys, let me get back to it. Scrolling down the list here, we'll just take a glance at like the top 10 and kind of just see what finished this week. Another Suicune Baxcalibur right below that. A second Charizard in top 10. Love to see it. The only difference between these 2 Charizards was extra heals on Hefe. Would that... Okay, let's pretend that Hefe made it to finals. Would that Lily have mattered against Suicune Baxcalibur? I don't think it would have, right?
Probably
I think
not.
there's a moment where that Lily could have mattered there. Moving on down the list. 09 and Mims, both playing that Sleep Mega Altaria deck. And then FittyPalis in 10th place, playing Mega Manectric Zeraora. Looks like Mega Manectric Zeraora didn't do so hot this week.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of players playing it, but it didn't perform very well in Top Cut. The meta share is not bad. I mean, it's sitting at about a 50% even, but it's still not great. Hydreigon Mega Absol sitting at almost a 55% win rate, but it didn't make top, or excuse me, it didn't make, did it make top 4? It didn't even make top 4 this week. So that's kind of a positive. Last few weeks, excuse me, it's been nothing but Hydreigon Mega Absol, so
Right.
kind of cool to see a little switch up there. Moving down the list, Suicune Baxcalibur at a sub 50% win rate, but it just won the tournament, so take that with a grain of salt. Moving down here, Altaria, Igglybuff, above 50%. Charizard X, Y is kind of not doing so great here. 45% win rate, we'll call it 46. Greninja Mega Absol, I think has the best win rate out of all of these decks here. Sitting at almost a 60% win rate. So, and then the numbers kind of skew off as you go down below. The less and less players playing the deck, the more skewed that percentage is going to get. So again, take these numbers kind of with a grain of salt. But yeah, no, that's it for this week. Suicune Baxcalibur, Desty taking the win. Nord, again, I'm glad you joined me. Thoughts on the tournament? Anything else? Any final words here before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I really enjoyed casting this top 4 with you, Jay, and yeah, man, I love seeing this variety of decks that have been popping off, showing up in the top 8, right? And I hope that we see more of that, more variety, because that's what keeps the game healthy.
Yeah, I agree, right? The variety keeps the game healthy. I know it's kind of luck-based right now. Chat was kind of saying, well, you know, there is a lot of luck involved. That's true, but I would rather have the luck involved than just having, like, the 2 decks. You guys remember back in the day when it was Dark Tina and, what, one other deck? We don't want to go back to the Dark Ages, so I'll take that spread of luck if that's what it takes.
And remember, guys, that Pocket is a 20-card game, so obviously there's a lot of luck. There's much more luck involved than other TCGs. However, skill is still more prominent, I would say, and that's why you always see the same names in the top leaderboards, right?
Yes, exactly, right? That there is still skill to that luck. I mean, you need to know when to play your luck, right?
Exactly. You need to be able to modify, make it so you have the best probabilities to get what you need.
Yes, exactly. One last crazy one that caught my eye here. MS Penguino playing Mega Scizor Reverum. Oops, sorry, making noise. Let me make sure I have this on the screen here. I could not believe that Reverum actually made it into Top Cut, let alone Top 16. If we glance over at the meta game, I think Scizor was at 35%. So, really bad. Really bad.
Yeah, it seems like Mega Scizor has fallen down ever since.
But MS Penguino is still holding on strong with that deck. They have claimed themselves to be the Mega Scizor trainer, I guess. But yeah, no, either way, Nord, it was a lot of fun this weekend. Again, I'm really glad you were able to join me. I feel like we'll probably... I'll probably need more people casting with me in the near future, so I'll definitely keep you, you know, I got your number. I know how to get a hold of you. We'll see more of Nord in the future.
Thank you.
All right, Brody. All right, well, you guys have a great weekend. I will catch you all on live streams this week. Guys, make sure you're subbed up to Maddie. Big shout out to Maddie and the rest of the Pocket Mats crew for helping put these tournaments on. It does take a lot of people to make these work every single weekend, so big shout out to everybody involved, as well as the viewers and the people casting their games. Again, we need everybody involved to make these tournaments happen, so thank you so much to everybody that shows up. If you guys, again, haven't hit that sub button on Maddie's YouTube, make sure you do that. Make sure you got bells on. And make sure you go drop a follow on the Twitch channel on the way out. Ooh, you know what I got to do? I got to give everybody their points for that last game. Let's end the prediction. Everybody gets their points. If you voted for Desty there, you got some points. But all right, guys, we'll see you all next weekend. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out. You guys have a great one. Adios. We'll see you